Hey, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Hi, everybody.
Good to see you all.
Yes, it is. Hope everybody's ready.
And happy Father's Day to any fathers out there that are listening.
Yes. And all the ladies out there that are daddies too.
Absolutely.
You know, I got yelled at for saying that once.
Why?
I don't know. I was on Facebook and I made a post one day, this was years ago. And I said, Happy Father's Day I said Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and Happy Mother's Day to all the fathers out there that are both.
Yeah.
And people said, that is a day just for mothers. Just because they're both doesn't make them a mother. And I got yelled at for that. Hey, Angie, did you hear us sing to you? Because I didn't know if you had left and didn't hear it, but we sang.
I know we were late singing, but we did do it. Christine, do you want to be the Walmart greeter since we're kind of role reversing today a little bit?
Yes, I never get to do this. Get my ADHD under control.
So I'm just going to say like she does. Hello, everyone. You go ahead.
Hi in these apple bottom jeans. We did get your email and loved it, so we will go over it.
I will check it out.
Hey, Chrissy, our lovely moderator, one of them. Siren is in our...
Hey, Siren.
Ollie is with him.
Ollie's so cute.
Hey, Audrey. Riley, #meatpole is in the house. Hey, Southern Lady, I'm so glad you're here.
And Southern Lady, I've got some answers for you after a while, so I'll get into that with you later. I did some research.
She did. She told me all about it. Mm-hmm. Hey, Hannah. Hey, Audrey again. Punkette with the cute little fairy haircut that I'm jealous of. I have fairy bangs.
It's a little pixie cut.
Pixie. Pixies and fairies, aren't they the same? Are they different?
A little different, but that's for another day.
You have cool pixie hair and I have cool pixie bangs. Shot of Poison. The Scoop with Barb. I had fun on your channel this morning. It was fun watching Karen videos. I was drinking my coffee and laughing.
I'm going to have to watch that replay. I would love that. I'll laugh.
Yeah, it was nice.
Melissa Jade, I'm so sorry. We decided to go early and we didn't know that you were scheduled to go early. So I want to apologize for that.
Yes, I know. I told her, shit. Melissa probably didn't realize we moved it, and I didn't realize you were. We almost canceled our live.
Yeah, we really did, and I'm very, very sorry. We did not do that intentionally.
Yeah, I mean,
we try to be very mindful of who's going on and when.
Yeah, I mean, if you want us to move it, we can move it a little bit. Let me know your thoughts. I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, I'll get to you. I'm not as good at this as what's her face over here next to me. But
yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Hey, Jeep girl.
Hi, Jeep girl. Well, Melissa Jade, we will be there for yours. I'll be in there, and I'm so sorry. Please, she said it's all right. Don't worry. But I hate that when that happens, and we've done that once. We accidentally hit the same time as Siren wants to. We hate that. We try to avoid it.
Yeah.
So really thanks for being so understanding. I appreciate that.
Hey, Cheryl, thanks for coming. So what happened was we had it scheduled for really late because I was supposed to do a Father's Day thing. And my husband decided that he wanted to change the plans. So now we're not doing that. So I was like, Liam, we can actually go earlier. And I went and did a look of who was scheduled. And I don't know how I missed yours. I knew you were going on, but for some reason I thought it was later. So that was my mess up. So
well, I'm glad she's sweet and understanding about that. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. So I hope everybody's ready for Leanne's big presentation, but we do have to give a trigger warning. So if things about the spiritual world may trigger you, we're going to tell you now. It's not meant to scare you. We're not doing anything that's going to scare you.
No.
However, just talking about it may trigger somebody, so we need to say that.
Absolutely. And some of the pictures that we have tonight might, be a little scary for someone that's not really enjoying this subject too much. So yeah, just please, if you're triggered by anything like this, we just want to be fair and give you a warning.
Yeah. So, is there anything we want to discuss before we get? I know what we should do to kick off.
What are we doing?
Just to kick it off, we should play Robbie's song.
Oh, yeah. Robbie has an original song that he wrote, and he gave us permission to play this. So,
yeah,
it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I think that'd be good. We'll get everybody pumped up, and it's a good song. My granddaughter listens to it on repeat and dances to it all the time. So, and that's my 11-year-old. Is it like it's like something with a ghost town? I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so I'm gonna have to share the screen, so we're gonna have to mute.
Yep, let me mute.
It's night again and I am all alone. I feel a presence that is not my own. I'm hearing voices now, but no one is around because I let them down. My life is like a ghost town. I'm here in the dark cause of my own sin. I ain't got nobody, ain't got no friends. And I used to smile, but now I just found my life is like a ghost town. I go door to door, no one lets me in. There is no one home, but there's guilt within. Cause my blessings down, when my pride poured down. My life is like a ghost town. My life is like a ghost town. Like a ghost town. There's no one here. No one around. No one around. No one around. I feel a chill go up and down my spine. I'm so uncomfortable I can't recline. I'm hearing spooky sounds, my fear is counting down. My smile's a perma frown, my life is like a ghost town. I'm here in the dark cause of my own sin. I ain't got nobody, ain't got no friends. And I used to smile, but now I just found my life is like a ghost town. I go door to door, no one lets me in. There is no one home, but there's guilt within. Cause my blessings down, when my pride poured down. My life is like a ghost town. My life is like a ghost town. Like a ghost town. There's no one around, no one around, no one around. My heart's racing, I'm feeling so scared, but I've got no friends around. My heart is racing. My heart is racing. All my friends are gone, where did I go wrong? Now I'm feeling pain all night long. My heart is racing. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Now we tiptoe. Tiptoe. I'ma tiptoe to the door. I'ma tiptoe to the door. Tiptoe to the door. Everyone's gone, so turn the lights on. Feel it really shaky, well let's sing this song. Feel it really shaky, well let's sing this song. Heart is really achy, been breaking for long. Been breaking, so broken. My heart breaks. Been breaking, so broken. My heart breaks, so broken. I'm here in the dark cause of my own sin. I ain't got nobody, ain't got no friends. And I used to smile, but now I just found my life is like a ghost town. I go door to door, no one lets me in. There is no one home, but there's guilt within. Cause my blessings down, when my pride poured down. My life is like a ghost town. My life is like a ghost town. Like a ghost town. There's no one around. No one around. No one around. No one around.
Well, I hope you all liked that. Robbie had sent that to us and said we could use it for Paranormal Week. And I don't know, it's like got an awesome rhythm to it. Robbie did a good job. Makes me want to dance.
I was over here dancing with my coffee.
I know, I was sitting here jamming out too. I love that song. It's good.
Sofa was in tomorrow's pre-scheduled live waiting.
Sophie, you're cracking me up, woman. That is dedication. I'm telling you.
Hell yeah. Hey, that guy. You know that guy's from LA. He's in LA with me, and he's 20 minutes away. I won't dox him, but we're 20 minutes away.
Dang. That's cool.
Hey, North Carolina, mama. Who else came in?
Hello, everyone who came in.
Susie G, the beautiful Susie G.
Yes. Hello.
I think I got everybody. All right. I think I did the Walmart greeting. Yvette is here. Yvette.
Hi, Yvette.
And Dawn K.
Hey, Dawn.
Yeah, there was no drama, I'm sure, because there was nobody there. Ding-a-ling. That guy said he lives in a dumpster. You can't dox a dumpster.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I love it.
I like where you live.
Well, hopefully there'll be no drama in this tonight either. I mean, I don't know how much drama you can get with. I mean, I guess you could probably with the paranormal, but hopefully not. Yeah. We're shooting for not.
Plus, we have good moderators.
Yes, we do. And thank you to the mods that are here. We appreciate you very much.
And if any trolls come in, we'll scare them away. With
our ghosts and spirits we're going to be talking about.
Okay, so if you're just coming in, we did give a trigger warning. If the spiritual realm triggers you, please, we will not take offense if you can't listen, and we'll see you on the next live.
Exactly. And this is not meant to be scary. Some of the images that we're going to show, if you're triggered, they may be a little scary for you, but this is not set to scare anyone. It's just little education. We have little fun things planned. And at the end, we'll open up panel if anybody's got, people can come up one by one and share their stories with us. I think that would be cool too. And then that's right. That guy says he's the only troll allowed here. Yes, that's right.
That's exactly
nobody else.
So if anybody has a channel, I see Barb's here. Mods, if you want to start dropping links, that's
Siren, Melissa Jade.
Yes. Drop those links. Siren
said that you've got the stream with Save Robbie set for tonight at 9 Eastern instead of tomorrow night.
Oh, I do? Oh, for the love of Pete.
Thank you, Siren, for that.
Chrissy can't do that.
Hey, Rena. No, thanks for letting us know so she can pop in and get that all.
Well, you're speaking. I'll do that. I'll take care of it. Hey, Tammy. Hey,
Tammy,
Rena.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome to everybody. Do you want me to start? I guess it's fine. I can just start with a general background while you're fixing that. It's not a big deal.
All right, go ahead. Start giving. Hey, the Wandering Sub. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Wandering Sub.
All right, go ahead. And then tell me when you want this. I'll tell you when I'm back.
That's fine.
Slides up.
That's fine. I know I've had a couple of people that have wanted to know, like, my background, how I got started, being interested in the paranormal. For me, I grew up in a household with my parents and an older brother and my grandmother, who was Cherokee. She was Native American in the Cherokee tribe. She was half Cherokee. So I was raised very much to be in tune with the spirit world and learned a whole lot of really cool things growing up. And I've always been a sensitive / empath. The sensitive part means that I can feel spirit presences around me. I can't see them. I can't hear them with, the naked ear. I can't hear them at all. And I just feel them. So I started when I was about 14, going on a few ghost hunts with, friends. And then it just kind of went from there as I got older and older with actual teams that would go investigating. And they send me in ahead of the others. So I'm the first one in because I'm the sensitive and I can feel where the spirits are at. I can physically feel it. It feels kind of like static electricity, if that makes sense. And so then they'll usually send in a psychic after me to confirm that, yes, I'm right where they're seeing somebody. And so that's, and being an empath, I know that there's lots of empaths. I've seen it in our chat. Being an empath, you're just pretty much, you're picking up others' feelings. You're in tune with people and their feelings. So that's just kind of a very short version of being an empath. But it gives you a little background on me. And I've done a lot of talks about the paranormal. I've been on hundreds of investigations, and I continue to do investigations. And what I like to do now is analyze video and audio. I'm really into that. That's my kind of specialty now. And I am also starting to work on my parapsychology degree. And for those of you who don't know that, it's a fancy word for an expert in the paranormal. And so you'll see, if any of you ever watch the Travel Channel, no, they don't sponsor us. No, I'm not plugging them. I'm just seeing if any of you ever watch those paranormal shows, and sometimes they'll have their quote unquote experts. That's where a lot of those people come from. They have parapsychology degrees, and that's the kind of stuff that they do. So I'm just kind of giving you an overview of me so you know a little bit more about how I know this stuff, why I am interested in this stuff, and it just goes from there. That guy, I don't think you were possessed by a demon. You're not a demon. You're fine. Christiane, are you back?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. So, does anybody have any questions about kind of my just little background there? If not, we'll get going. Christiane, go ahead. Yeah, you can pull up the first slide. That's fine.
Which one? The 101?
Yeah, the Paranormal 101. You bet.
Okay. I am getting it.
Yeah, that guy, sage. I don't really like the smell of sage that much either. I like the smell of Palo Santo wood better. It doesn't smell so bad.
Okay, it's loading.
Okay.
It's taking a long time. I like the smell of sage.
The ghost is slowing it down, right?
Yeah. Do you want to give one more trigger warning for anybody that's new that came in? Since some people have...
you go right ahead.
Okay, we are going to be talking about spirits a little bit in this presentation. So we are giving a trigger warning. If it triggers you, we will not be offended, but kindly exit because we do not want to harm anybody's mental or physical well-being.
No, it's not meant to be a scary presentation at all. I just thought it would be a great break from the YouTube streets, all the drama and crap that goes on. This is something completely different. And this is going to be the start in a series. Like later on down the road, there will be some other things to do with the paranormal. But we are focusing mostly on ghosts and spirits on this week because that seems to be where a lot of the interest has been. So you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you like my graphic there? Isn't that cute?
I know. I love it. It's cute.
I worked hard on that. Okay.
It looks really good. I like it. You can pop up the next slide. So yes, we're going to kind of start out with definition of the paranormal, which I know sounds silly, but some people are like, well, wait a minute, isn't that just what ghosts and spirits are, paranormal? But according to dictionary.com, the definition of paranormal is of or relating to the claimed occurrence of an event or perception without scientific explanation, such as psychokinesis, extrasensory, I can't talk, perception, ESP, or purported supernatural phenomena. You can go ahead and change it. So that's a few things that fall under the paranormal realm. So there you go. There's a simpler definition. Anything that's beyond or contrary to what's deemed scientifically possible. So obviously ghosts and spirits, aliens, Bigfoot, all kinds of different things. And so there you go. There they are. Ghosts and spirits, psychokinesis, reincarnation, ESP, hauntings. Those are all things that, there's lots of research on the topics, but I don't think anybody can, or that I've seen, any experts haven't been able to pin down that, yes, all of these things are 100% true. Now, the UFOs, That'll be a whole nother subject, and we'll see if Melissa Jade will come and talk with us about that as well. There has been the government releasing some things about UFOs. I won't get into that, but some of these other things like cryptozoology and elementals, phenomena around the Bermuda Triangle, and then there's many other non-psychical subjects that, experts haven't been able to completely prove their existence yet. Go ahead, Christine. So now we're just going to touch on a little bit about spiritualism. It's kind of what was born, the paranormal was born out of it, I guess I should say, because according to dictionary.com, spiritualism is defined as the belief or doctrine that the spirits of the dead surviving after the mortal life can and do communicate with the living, especially through a person, a medium, particularly susceptible to the influence. I have been around mediums, real legit mediums. I have friends that are mediums. If you've never experienced that, I would say do it sometime. It's very fascinating. If you're easily frightened, I would say don't do it because it can be pretty intense. Go ahead. So I just wanted to give this little bit of background because I think it helps overall just kind of understand the general paranormal realm. Now we're talking about ghosts and spirits, so spiritualism mostly will fall into that category. And spiritualism, it developed and it reached its peak growth in membership from the 1840s to the 1920s. And most members were women. And by the 1880s, the credibility of spiritualism weakened because there was accusations of fraud by the mediums. And I'm sure we've all seen movies where, there'll be the mediums and you'll see them knocking under the table or, doing something that's obviously fake. It's not really spirits doing that. And so that's kind of what was going on there is, people were finding out that some of these people were just out to get money. And so they were kind of, oh, okay, we're not going to go to these mediums because they're frauds. Although we know now that that's not always the case. Go ahead, Christine.
Did you see Amber said her aunt was a medium?
Oh, cool. I'm not looking at comments right at the moment. So if you see some, jump in like I do with you.
Oh, okay. Should I be doing that?
Oh, you can. If you see questions or comments, feel free. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm bad at this.
Yeah, Alexander Graham Bell. Yeah, he was a spiritualist and he definitely, that's how they tried out some of his stuff and some of his inventions were in seances and things. They actually, would use like the bell and, different things that he had invented just to test out to communicate with the spirit world. So, yep, you're absolutely right.
Enchanted Seed to start ascendancy to the Bermuda Triangle Fund.
Oh, yeah. No, I want to send us to the Cecil Hotel. If we go to the Bermuda Triangle, we might not come back enchanted. Maybe that's what Enchanted wants. I'm just kidding.
She wants us to go there and not come
to the
back.
Bermuda Triangle because we might not come back. I'm just teasing. Because it's Enchanted, I have to give Enchanted a bad time.
Yes, I know. Remy said she's going to be in a house that belonged to a sea captain in 16 or 1700s.
That is awesome. You'll have to tell us about that. If you take some pictures, I'd love to see. Rena, pendulums. Yes, ma'am. Pendulums work very, very well. I use them often.
And Mary said her mom went to one when she passed, I believe.
Yeah, there is legit psychics out there. There really is. I know several and mediums, in fact, one of my good friends and Christiane's friends, she is a medium and she's given us both some very accurate readings recently. So
yeah, she blew my mind.
Yeah. And so I totally believe that there are very real mediums, but you have to be careful. If someone is referring you and it's someone you trust, I would say go for it. Otherwise, do your research because unfortunately, just like a lot of other things, there are fakes out there that basically just want to try to rip off your money.
Out of the Shadows with Ginger is a 7th generation medium. That's amazing.
That's very cool. Yeah. See, exactly what I mean. There is a perfect example of someone who is a legitimate medium.
at the end, we're going to open up the panel. So if everybody wants to come up one at a time, if they want to share a story or an experience.
Punkette said that she's Native American as well. And living on the reservation, you tend to see a lot of things. I would love to hear about that. So if you're comfortable later when we open panel, pop up. I'd love to hear about it. That guy, I also believe in skinwalkers. Yep. You can go ahead and change the slide if you want, and I'll wait a minute before I go.
Okay.
There's a picture for you. There's a whole bunch of people at a table. This is taken in 1927. And this was people that were doing a seance that was in the, in the age of spiritualism. They all thought that they really wanted to try to contact the dead. Yes, there are real seances. Yes, I have done those before and actually conjured things. It's not something that I probably will do in the future. It was a little scary. So I would love to actually sit in on one with some professionals, but yeah. And so right there is a perfect example. The mediums would have things set up, the fake ones, that, to like under the table, move their knee and make a knocking sound, or ways to make the table float and different things like that. Oh, I'm looking at Spooky's comment here. You can read it if you want.
Oh my God, I was reading and muted. My friend's mom was into that stuff when I was a kid. She would never read my cards, though. She was afraid of what she'd see. She did the pendulum over my belly when I was pregnant, and it was right.
I had that happen with me too, and it was the same thing. They told me I was having a girl, and my daughter will just laugh. She's 28, so she knows this. I wanted a boy so bad that when they did the pendulum and said I was having a girl, I cried. It was hilarious. Obviously, I was okay with it as the further the pregnancy got. But yeah, the pendulum was right, and the ultrasound confirmed it later.
And yes, Robin said Abraham Lincoln's wife did a seance.
She was a huge spiritualist. She was a very, very involved in the spiritualism movement. And we'll actually see her in a little while in some pictures. Yeah, I believe, if I remember right, and Robin, you can correct me if this is wrong, but I know that they had a son that passed away, and I believe his name was Willie. And she was so devastated by that's how she kind of got involved into the spiritualism movement, because she almost became obsessed with contacting him. And then, of course, when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, that just fed into that even further. And so she really, really got involved in that spiritualist, that whole theory. And unfortunately, she was kind of taken advantage of, and in the end, very heartbroken when it was proved to be fraud. Oh, and we'll show that. We'll talk about that a little bit in a little while. There's some pictures of her.
Rena, yes, we will be doing it all week. Tomorrow is Robbie's going to come on, and they're going to have a surprise, a spirit box surprise. Nikki Bowe is going to be coming on the weekend. Tuesday we have Leanne's friend, who's an investigator, coming on.
And has a YouTube channel on the paranormal community.
And I believe Wednesday, Melissa Jade will be doing Amityville Horror.
Yes.
Down with her.
Confirm that. But Melissa Jade, I would love that if you would come up and talk about that. If you're available, that would be amazing.
But yes, all week is Paranormal Week. Hey,
Oh, yeah, that's probably true with your heritage. I believe that completely. And I see Amber Love Rain said she's an empath and very intuitive.
Yeah. Yes, we got your email. I loved it. Thank you so much. We're going to check those out.
I will be checking those out for sure, because I really like, legit paranormal stuff to watch and listen to.
Yes, Rena, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
I know that I have some kind of ability because I've had things happen to me my entire life.
It happened today. You said she had not talked to me all day long, and she made a decision about something. And so when she talked to me later, I was like, oh yeah, that's the same thing I just said. And it happens all the time to us. And I've heard her do it with her kids. So yeah, I believe that you're intuitive.
Yeah, I think because my entire life, I'll just know something and I can't explain how I know it. I can almost see it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Bella was going to be on TV shows. I knew it.
See?
I saw it when she was 6 or 7. And then by the time she was 10, she went on Steve Harvey's show and then 16 others after that. And I still keep seeing these huge things for her. And it's so hard to explain, but I know that something big is coming for her. I can feel it. And it happens to me with just little things too. Just little things in life. I'll know. I won't listen to it though. I'll see it and I'll do something different. Like if I need to make a decision on something, I'll see the answer, but I won't listen to myself sometimes. And
you have to
think, shit, it showed me the answer. Yeah.
Don't ignore your intuition. That's one of the biggest things that, you know, I learned from my Nana. I'll say she's my Nana. That's my grandmother, but my Nana, because that was one of the biggest things that she taught both my brother and I, is when your intuition is telling you something, go with it, because your intuition's going to be right. So don't ignore that. Hell on Wheels made a comment that said messing with some of this will screw you up. I've seen things that have never been explained. I have that sixth sense. It's scary. Yeah. There are things out there that, you know, if people don't know what they're doing, you can get yourself in a world of trouble. And we'll talk about that at some point this week too. There will be some interesting discussion about that as well.
And Shannon said that this is a verse in the Bible, quote, your sons and daughters will prophesy, your young men will see visions, your old men will dream dreams.
There you go. I don't think, I mean, and I'm not disagreeing with the Bible. Please, nobody say that. I am a Christian. Please, you know, I'm not trying to start any kind of debate, but I know, you know, in the biblical times, a lot of things referred to men. And I think also some of that applies to women as well. You know, we are also intuitive. And so please don't, you know, I'm not trying to cause a debate. I'm just saying during those times, you know, it was written in that language. And I believe that. I do believe that. And could our mods, is there somebody, if you haven't, could you drop our email address? Wandering Sub was looking for our email. Good, Siren, you're starting your face there.
She wants to share her pictures. So yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. Hey, Jackie.
There's a lot of new people that came in. If the mods want to drop the trigger warning as well. Hi, Sabrina. Hey, I answered your email, hun. I didn't see it until a couple days later, so I don't want you to think I was ignoring you. But go ahead and check your email. I did answer. But yeah, I'm constantly having. It's almost a vision. Like I can't. It's not like I have to close my eyes and see it. It's just something that my mind shows me.
Now, my mom used to do that. So I believe in that fully, because I'm telling you, you know, as a teenage kid and a sneaky teenage kid, my brother and I both would do this, you know, and she would tell us, like, you better not go here or there because this or that is going to happen. And we thought, yeah, sure. Okay. So we go do it anyway. And every single time, whatever she said was going to happen, happened. So, yep, I know what you mean.
And it's not just big things. It's little small things. Like, will my boss say this to me? Like if I'm worried about something, say I'm worried about something my boss is going to say or do after I made a certain decision, I'll see it. And sometimes I don't believe it and then it'll happen. It's crazy what happens to me.
That's right. TP Crumbles, a cop in Canada, said that if a woman has a feeling, then they should go with the premonition. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is there somebody in here?
No, it's Rena joking around with
Melissa. Oh, I was about to go off for Rena. Don't mess with Rena.
No, they're kidding. Hey, Ladybug. Yeah, if you get those premonitions, just go with it. You know, don't let it scare you. Just go with whatever your intuition is trying to tell you. Definitely. You can go ahead and go on to the next slide if you would like.
Okay.
And then we'll have some more discussion.
So that's that presentation. I need to go back and get the other one. So which one do you want to go into? The antique?
We're gonna talk about, you know, the spirit photography, because that's where we're gonna talk about Mary Todd Lincoln. She's gonna come into play on that. Mrs. Lincoln.
All right, so I'm going to grab the antique slide.
No, you're fine. And it's very sad. Like, if anybody has ever read up on Mary Todd Lincoln a little bit, it is sad because she really got wrapped up into what these spiritualists and these false mediums were saying to her for their financial gain, because she kept coming for readings and seances and different things because she wanted so badly to be able to connect with her son and then also with Abraham. It was really very sad on how she kind of got manipulated there and taken as a fool. I mean, not that she was a fool, but you know what I mean? She was easily tricked. And that's just a sad thing. And I think even today, if they're, and unfortunately, like I said, let's just like with everything else, there's false mediums out there, and there are people that could totally, get wrapped up into that and get totally swindled today as well.
Hey, Trenda, Stucky. I like your name, Trenda.
I do too.
Welcome.
So here is a perfect example of spiritual photography from the 1800s. So there you see what I'm assuming is probably a mother, and her child is standing next to her as a ghost. And people believed this. People were so wrapped up in this spiritual photography that they would go and pay quite a bit of money to have this done. So spirit photography is legitimately a type of photography whose primary goal is to capture images of ghosts and other spiritual entities, especially in ghost hunting. And this dates back, as you can kind of see with this picture, to the late 19th century. The end of the Civil War really ramped this up. Obviously, ladies that had lost their husbands wanted to be able to go to these photographers and see their husband again. And so they would pay a lot of money. I'm looking at Enchanted's comment here. Wow. That's sad. That is really sad, Enchanted. And obviously, we know also in the late 19th century, in that time period, just like in this picture, there unfortunately was a lot of children that were dying because they did not have the medical capabilities or the medications or anything like we have now. And, just like with this pandemic that we just went through, in their pandemic days of, say, yellow fever, or typhoid, or things like that, they didn't have scientists working on medications. So unfortunately, that was a common instance. And just like this mother, I'm sure, wanted to see her child again so badly that they would pay quite a bit of money for this. And then, of course, when spiritualism kind of came into the forefront, it just totally set the spirit photography into motion and made it even more popular. And I'm sure some of you know that in those days, people didn't have money for a picture from a photographer. You just didn't do it. There was no money because it was incredibly expensive. And that's where also post-mortem photography came into play. That's right. Out of the Shadows with Ginger. Logic plays a big factor as well. So here's another perfect example. This to me looks like maybe an older mother and father, and maybe this is their adult child or, a relative of theirs. It's hard to tell from the picture. And I even looked at it magnified and it was a little bit hard to see, but that's perfect example. The photographer has them set to look this way. And then all of a sudden in the picture, appears when they get the picture back, here's this relative or whoever this happens to be. So there was a couple photographers, and their names were William Mumler and William Hope. And they made a lot of money off of this. They had very thriving businesses taking picture of people with their quote unquote dead relatives. Here's another perfect example. I don't know if this is his wife or if it's his daughter, but perfect example. I don't know how much phosphorus costs, but I think it probably was fairly expensive, would be my guess. I could be wrong. That is something I can definitely look into. And these guys, these William and William, were making all this money. See, here's another example with a man, and I'm assuming that looks like his wife, probably. They made a lot of money, and finally they were exposed to be frauds, but they still had their true believers, even though they were shown to be big scam artists, they had believers that stood by them. And if any of you have, I'm sure you've heard of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, he refused to see any evidence these guys were frauds. And he said, this is not a hoax, this is real, even though everybody pretty much knew that these guys were making money off something that was not real. Southern Lady, we'll have a discussion about demons, but in my experience, demons are very, very rare. It's more like negative entities that feed off of people that their spirits are low. Demons are they're in the low spirit realm, but they're not as common as one would think. Christiane, you can speak up anytime. Are you muted?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to mute. It's okay.
I'm over here putting up comments, being the tech
I know.
lady.
I've been reading them. I know she's a good tech lady. You're welcome to jump in.
I'm being the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
When I want you to see something, I'm popping it up there for you.
I love it.
Okay.
Go ahead and change.
I gotta.
I know you do. No, you're fine. Go change the slide. You can go to the next. So here is Mary Todd Lincoln. Very famous photograph. Probably if you know anything about this, or even not, you might have run into this somewhere. So this is a picture of Mary Todd Lincoln. And as you can see, I know it might be a little hard to see, but that is Abraham Lincoln behind her with his hands on her shoulders. Hell on Wheels, that's very possible. I've had the same thing happen to me. So there you go. There's a child. I'm assuming a little boy from the looks of it. And I would guess that that's his mother that is next to him. Now, this one kind of broke my heart because obviously this was probably a case where maybe a father brought the child in to have a picture taken so they could see the mother, that the mother was near him. And that one was kind of sad to me because these guys that did this, it was a complete hoax. And I hope that this little boy, maybe he just continued to believe that was really his mother and not a hoax. It was kind of a sad thing when I saw the child there.
Wow. So they had to, I wonder if the father,
that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe this picture taken to help comfort the little boy.
Yes. And there again, these guys that did this, they took advantage of it. They didn't care, obviously, if this was a child or whoever. They just were working on being, huge frauds and defrauding people for money. So that picture was a little bit sad to me because I thought, oh, that's so sad because his mother really isn't there. I mean, maybe she was, but not for the spirit photography. I mean,
yeah. Hell on Wheels, we're going to open panel later. If you're interested in coming up and telling your story, we're going to go one at a time.
Yeah, that'd be great. And so, this is just kind of reiterating this about the spirit photography. The Civil War, I mean, we can understand why probably a lot of widows went and wanted their pictures taken because they wanted to see their husbands. And, in a lot of instances, unfortunately, during the Civil War, there was a lot of men that just didn't come back and were unknown soldiers. So I could see why maybe that helped spread a little bit of that spirit photography hype then. Yeah, exactly. Right. That guy, I would be scared too. And I don't know. But then again, their times were so different. And in a time where post-mortem photography was also being really brought to the forefront. And for those who are not familiar with that, post-mortem is pictures of the dead. And it sounds horrible. And I've researched it quite a bit too. If that's something that anybody wants, me to go into another time, I can definitely do that. To us today, it seems very morbid. I can't imagine having a picture of my dead loved one, just in my house. But they did that because they didn't go to photographers and have pictures. They couldn't afford it. So where a lot of times, their dead were displayed in a home for people to come and pay their respects before burial, that's when photographers would come and take pictures. So they had that physical memory of their loved one, which sounds completely morbid to a lot of us today. So you can see why the spirit photography was not scaring these people. They wanted this. They thought, wow, we can actually go and have our picture taken and our loved one is going to be in our picture. And so they would flock to these two men. These two men were the experts. And that's where they would go because they wanted those pictures. They were holding out that hope that they could really see their loved one in these pictures again. And it's sad. It's sad that that was a big scam that got a lot of money and I'm sure broke a lot of hearts. Yep, you can go on to the next one after this.
Okay,
yeah,
so
William and William. Yep, that was their names.
So I'm done with this presentation. You want me to move on to the
we can, we can, does anybody have questions at this point?
And Chan is up to no good in the chat. Let me see what she said. With her. I notice when she's gone because she makes everybody laugh. And that guy, there. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. Robin, you have a good point there. The spirit photography, even though that were hoaxes, hopefully they did bring comfort. I hope so, like especially to that little child. I can't even imagine, I hope that child never found out that that was just a fake photograph and that he grew up thinking that, here I had a picture with my mom. My mom was in this picture. I would hope that. And for any of those people, I'm hoping that, they had these pictures and they believed that, and that was, just providing them with a little bit of happiness. But it is sad that these guys had to exploit people like that.
Yeah, those pricks. We learned all about those kind of pricky people with our parasocial relationship.
Yes, see? There you go. So think about that. If they lived in, if they would have had, say, our social media back then, boy, they would have had some parasocial relationships, I think.
Yeah. Hey, T. Adams, I'm glad you're listening. How are you?
Hey, welcome.
So, okay.
With that said, we're going to do something kind of fun. Well, I think it'll be kind of fun. You guys might not, but so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little fact or fiction kind of thing. So we're going to show you photographs one by one. Some are fake, some are not. They're spirit photography. Oh, I would love to go to the Warrens and go to the graveyard where they're at. That's awesome. So these photos, we'll talk about them. I hope that this will be interesting, and I want to get you guys involved in this too. So here's my first picture. And so what I'm going to ask you all is this a real picture or is this fake? So put 1 in the chat if you think it is real and 2 if you think it's fake. And I will give a few minutes. Can you take the banner down, or did you already? I just saw Dawn say take the banner down.
Which
banner? She did. Never mind. You already did it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll wait a couple minutes before we talk about it.
Laura Lou said, is someone smoking?
I'll answer all of that too when we talk about this a little bit.
But when I'm videoing, sometimes I'll have a cigarette and I'll go watch the video back and it'll look like that because I am smoking. So they have a point there.
Oh, they do have a very good point, And when we were first, I can tell you, when I'm first analyzing photos that I get from some investigations, even if I'm not on them, they'll send them to me. I ask questions. I want to know, okay, was anybody smoking? What was the temperature? What was the humidity level? Was there any fog in the area? You want to look at all the environmental factors first. And so that's one of the things that I question when I see these two.
Hey, Granny.
Hi. Welcome.
Mods, can you drop Granny's link? Not that everybody probably doesn't already. They probably all subscribe anyway, but
right.
Just in case.
Okay. Give it just a couple more seconds here, and then we'll talk about it.
Wondering, Sub, you sent it? Okay, I'll go check.
Oh, good.
Oh, Rena said she says that she sees a face in the sidewalk.
So I'm going to tell you that this was taken at a place called Elk City Cemetery. This is a real photo. This was an investigation that I was on. That's an ectoplasmic mist. It was not visible during these pictures being taken. And that's like the main gates to the cemetery. There's no smoking permitted. And the weather was about the mid 60s with very low humidity, no precipitation or fog. And that picture was actually taken on October 14th of 2005. And that is the cemetery where my mother and my Nana and my grandpa, lots of relatives, my aunt and uncle are there, just lots of relatives in that cemetery. So that was a pretty interesting photograph to me when we got all done and we were going through evidence. I was shocked by that because we didn't see it. So that's a pretty good example. And if you want to look further into some spirit photography that has to do with this group, the website is doyouseedeadpeople.org, and it's a paranormal group that's local here. And I was with them as a guest that evening.
Hey, Tattoos.
Hey, Tattoos. So you are welcome to go ahead with the next.
Well, wait a minute. I need to analyze this. So to me, it looks like there's a head at the top and two wings on the side.
It does. It's just the way
looks
that
like an angel.
It looks like it kind of does. And it's just the way that the ectoplasmic mist formed. So, but literally, you know, like that, it's a gravel road. That cemetery is in the middle of nowhere. And so literally we were parked out there, and we always snap a lot of pictures before we actually go into a cemetery. And this happened to be a photograph that one of the ghost hunters caught.
Yeah, so Jackie thinks that's an angel too.
It looks like it could be, but I can tell you that inside of that cemetery, the temperature is always 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it is when you step out of those gates.
Well, that's pretty cool that when you're see, there's things about you I don't know. So I didn't know that when you examine pictures that you take that into consideration, the temperature, if there's somebody smoking, obviously, and everything else, humidity. I didn't know.
And this, you know, it was in the mid 60s, so it wasn't cold enough, you know, for someone to be able to see, say, even their breath. The environmental factors were perfect on this. There was nothing that should have caused this photo. Yes, Susie G, that's an ectoplasmic mist, and they'll just appear. You don't see them with your naked eye. They will either usually show up in still photography with a camera, or you can also catch them with a digital camera too. Sometimes you'll take digital images of things, and then when you look at it, it's like, oh my gosh, what is this? I didn't see this when I was there. Yeah, that's right, Robin. Yeah, it's cold. And that cemetery, you know, I gave y'all kind of a little bit of my background when we first started. This is a cemetery. My grandpa had passed away before I was born. So I was raised going to the cemetery with my family, putting flowers on, you know, our relatives. And I used to tell my grandma, my Nana, it's cold here. Why is it so cold? And she would say, it's just the spirits. And I would say, why do I feel like somebody's watching me? And I'm talking about when I was a little girl, like, you know, maybe elementary age. And she used to say, well, it's because there are people watching you, but you'll understand it a little bit when you get bigger. I'll explain more, because she didn't want to scare me. But yeah, Robin, you're right. It's always cold in that cemetery.
Wow.
I have noticed orbs, and orbs are a whole nother situation. And in fact, that's a good segue into our next picture, Christiane. Enchanted. I'm dying. This is the one I was going to talk about, but that's okay. We'll talk about this one next, and then we'll talk about the orbs when we get to those. So this right here, again, is this fake? Or is it real? Let's see what you guys think. Okay, there's one that says that's real. Dawn, I believe that. I've been around cemeteries where I've heard children's laughing in sections of cemeteries that were for children only. So I believe that completely. Thank you, Melissa Jade. Okay, so we've got lots of people thinking that this is a real photo. Okay, awesome. We're going to talk about that here in just a sec.
Granny, what do you think? Is that real or fake?
Put her on the spot there, don't you?
Put you on the spot, Tess.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you that because Southern Lady's absolutely right. This photo has been debunked. And this photo has actually shown up many different ways. You see the girl out there. There's been a picture of a woman out there. There's been lots of things. But these series of photos were manipulated by an Illinois photographer named William Harper. And he did that as a hoax because he wanted to see how easily people would believe, spirit photography. So he did it kind of as an experiment. He did a good job of it. It looks real. A big spider web.
I do too. I see a huge spider web.
Oh yeah, that's all manipulated into the photo, but I think it's just the way that tree branches are actually, but it does. I see exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The first time I ever saw that, I was like, wait a minute here. And like I said, and Christine can even tell you this. I'm the girl in class that would always raise my hand with the questions because I want to know why things are the way they are. How did this happen? I want the information around it. So I dug into this quite a bit. And go ahead.
I was going to say, you drive me crazy with questions.
I do. And this picture, actually, WBTV.com had a little article with this picture. So if anybody wants to kind of read about it, you're welcome to do that. And that's also where I pulled the picture from. But yeah, the guy did a good job. And he's a modern photographer. He does regular photographs and stuff too. This is a, pretty recent picture within, I don't know, I would say the last 5 years or less.
It's crazy though, because you can see what he was doing. Because if you look in the top corner, it almost looks like there's a face or a person in the tree.
Oh, that's the way the branches are. I have magnified this thing and looked at this thing over and over and trying to find, evidence of photoshopping.
There's a witch's ladder on the deer's antler.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can go ahead and go on to the next one.
I'm still staring at this thing. That's nuts.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead, because maybe some others have some more comments. Yeah.
No, we're good. I'll change it. There we go.
The deer, I know. The way the deer's looking at that camera, it was like, it kind of reminded me of Blair Witch. All right. Yeah. So, again, what I want you to really focus on is, do you see the man sitting there in his vehicle? Look behind him. It looks like a pair of maybe kind of glowing eyes. He's got something sitting behind him. So, again, Melissa Jade, if you want to put it in the chat again, type a 1 if you think this is real, 2 if it's fake. Dippity Doo, the image behind the man definitely has some sort of glasses on. If it's sunglasses, regular glasses, I'm not entirely sure what. Give it a couple more minutes here and see what people think. This is I had a fun time with this one. This one is really different than some of the others. Oh, wow, Granny. That's awesome. So I'll go ahead and talk about it. This is a real photo. This photo was taken.
Oh my goodness.
This photo was taken in 1959. It was taken by a lady named Mabel Chinnery, and it was taken on the day of her mother's funeral. They were actually at the cemetery, and she had been taking pictures. And we obviously know in 1959 it was film pictures, a little more hard to fake. And so she was taking pictures of her mother's grave to send to relatives that weren't be able to come. She had one photo left on her roll of film and just snapped this picture of her husband. So she strongly believed that that was her mother. And this photo has been studied by at least 2 experts, likely more, and sent around the world. And they can't find any clues of a hoax in this picture.
That looks like a guy, though, in the back seat.
She thinks it's her mother. I mean, the picture's kind of hard to tell because it's old and it was black and white, but she swears it's her mother to this day. And that came off of a Facebook group called Ohio Ghost Hunters.
Can I tell you a story?
Sure you can. Of course.
So the first time I ever met Sofa, I don't care if she gets mad at me if I tell you this. She probably won't, though. So the first time I ever met Sofa, we were on a private live stream call. And we were talking, and she said, we were just talking about life. And she said, who all lives in your house with you? Who's the lady that lives with you? Because we were talking about Bella and my husband and my son. And I said, no other women live in my house with me. And she goes, well, who's always in there in behind you when you're on panel with NC? I said, what are you talking about? And so she describes it in great detail of this lady that was always behind me, and she thought they lived in the house with me. And I'm like, oh, I had chills. I almost started crying. It was like, because we were talking, it was like 2 a.m. So I'm looking all around behind me. And she said that every time she saw me on panel, she would see it. So I grabbed a picture. My mom had 5 sisters. And there's a picture of all of them together. So I held the picture up, and she picked my mom out of the picture and said, that's who was always standing behind me, smiling.
Wow. That's awesome, though. Because your mom is not anything you obviously should be afraid of. She's there looking out for you. So
she should have slapped me upside the head and said, get the hell off that panel.
Well, I mean, you know.
She never had any qualms in smacking me upside the head and telling me when I was doing something wrong in life. But yeah, she picked my mom out of the picture.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It really is. That is cool. And I see there's lots of good conversation about this particular photo. Yeah, I had to really look at this because at first I said, oh, that's a guy. And then when I read more about it and I was looking at it, and it does look like she's got maybe like a V-neck and maybe like a jacket, or I'm not sure.
It's almost like a suit.
That's what I thought at first, but this Mabel Chinnery that took this photo swears up and down this is her mother. Yeah. Now, in all fairness, and I agree with that, Yvette, in all fairness, you know, I didn't see a picture of her mother when her mother was buried. There was a picture of her mother alive, and it showed her mother in, you know, she had glasses on, but there was no similar clothing on the photo when she was alive. And they didn't say, this Mabel did not describe in anything that I could find what her mother was buried in. But she swears up and down that this is her mother, you know, and who knows? Can we say for sure? No.
Can I ask a
of course,
dumb question?
No, it's not dumb.
So when you pass, you're taught that you leave all earthly things behind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Catholic, so that's what I was taught. Why are we not naked?
That's a good question. I can't answer that. I mean, maybe if you know, when you pass to the afterlife, if you want to be naked, maybe you are. I'm not sure. And in instances like this, if this is her mother, maybe that's what her mother was buried in, and her mother just felt comfortable popping in that way as not to frighten them. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Maybe I don't know.
But the thing is, I guess clothes, what I was taught as a Catholic is you covered up to cover the shame for your sin, right? So people don't like to be seen naked. And the underlying reasoning for that is because you're ashamed. The shame, like Adam and Eve were always naked and then they put clothes on, right?
Sure, right.
So when you pass, aren't you supposed to be forgiven for all of your sin and have no shame? So why would you just be running around naked?
I don't know. In a lot of my experience with spirits and photography like this is a lot of times that you will see the spirits in what they were buried in. I don't know why that is. I wish I could answer that, but I just don't know. I guess maybe when it's my turn to go to the afterlife, I need to come back and tell some ghost hunter, hey, we wear clothes because of this. I'm just kidding, but I really don't know the answer. That has a point
there. She said if they come
Yeah.
back naked, we on Earth would not welcome. Probably. You're probably
And
right.
that's probably true. But and a lot of times, you know, if you think about that too, like this, the perfect example, this Mabel, I know I keep referring to her, but she knew her mother. She knew what her mother wore. And she knew, and I don't know if this is what her mother was buried in, but maybe she had a similar outfit. Well, I think I would be more scared of a naked ghost than I would be of like this with Mabel's mom there. She's dressed. Her eyes, I don't know if that's a reflection off of some glasses, if that's legit glowing eyes, I'm not sure. But Mabel was not scared of this photograph. I would have maybe been a little hesitant when I got that back. Oh, did you see what Robin said? Yeah, transparent, and you can usually sometimes see an outline of clothing. Yes.
What did Robin say? I missed it.
Robin said that I'm not alone either. Every time she talks to me, she feels really warm, like she's protected or a lot of love around her.
That's me.
I am feeling
me, Robin.
Constantly surrounded by my grandmother, and I've been told that by psychics that didn't even know me from the man on the moon. Yeah, I've been told.
Uh-oh, you're roboting.
Had 5 boys, and my mom had my brother, and then came along me. I was the only girl, so we were extra close. So I like to think that it's her. I've been told that it's her. It doesn't scare me. Although, while we're in the midst of this conversation, I'll just throw this in. While I was getting this presentation ready, we have had some crazy activity ramping up, haven't I, Christiane?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the first time, and
Hold on.
I'm going to switch my earbuds out here. Give me a second. Go ahead and talk, Christiane. They're dying on me here.
Yeah, I figured. I thought something was going on because you started.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Can you guys still hear us really well in the chat? Somebody? Because I'm not even seeing the chat move.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Okay. Dawn just said okay.
Sorry, you all.
Okay, cool. Hey, Heather. Okay, good. It sounded really funny to me, and I thought that broadcast ended, and I was like, oh, no. Yeah,
can you all hear me okay now? I'm really, really sorry about that. My AirPods died, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're good.
I appreciate your patience with me. So I'll go back to what I was kind of saying. While I was getting ready for this presentation, I have had activity in this house. It's been crazy. Lots of unusual things, right, Christiane?
Oh, yes.
So
tell about the door.
So my daughter, I was on the phone one night, and my daughter came over and wanted to drop something off. So I went and unlocked the door for her to run in. So she was leaving, and then she called me on FaceTime and was like, oh, I forgot to tell you this or that. So she's talking to me, and I'm trying to lock the door. So I've got, regular deadbolt lock, and then your lock on your doorknob. So I'm trying to lock the door, and it will not lock. So she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. Something's wrong with this stupid door. So I thought I'll just unlock it. Maybe it's, it's not, I don't know, it wasn't shut all the way. I don't really even know. I just figured it was something with the stupid door. Wouldn't open. Couldn't unlock it, either one. And I'm like, something's wrong with this door. I can't even unlock this or try to get out. And she's like, what is going on? So it was crazy. But anyway, this went on for a little while. And then finally, the door literally just popped right open. Just like nothing was wrong with it. So I don't know what happened there. And I was able to lock it like it should have been locked properly. I don't know if it was a fluke thing with the door. I haven't had it happen again, though, which is kind of odd.
Well, tell the water running story the very next night.
I was sitting here I was in my bedroom, and I was sitting on my bed watching TV. And out of the corner of my eye, I can see in the bathroom, and I saw movement, and I looked in there, and my water faucet to my sink had, it's just one that you lift up to turn it on. And it had lifted up, and my water was on. And I was like, oh, thanks a lot for that. Me turning my water on, it was startling, not really scary. I just wasn't expecting that. And then last night, the TV kept turning itself on and turning on random music and blaring it loudly. Yeah, it was rap music seemed to be the prevalent thing last night that it wanted to listen to. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then it would just randomly change to something else. And yeah, it wasn't scary. It was startling. I was like, all right, you can quit messing with the TV. I get it. You want to listen to music. Okay. Yeah. So I've had my fan, turn itself on. The one time it turned itself on and it was on high. And I said, hey, I don't want that fan on high. It's chilly in here. And it turned it down to low. And I've tried everything. I've looked for unplugging, replugging things in, and, just trying different things to debunk it. And these things I haven't been able to debunk.
That guy, thanks for coming and thanks for your support.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that.
I wanted to tell you, we were in Granny's earlier. He said he really loved our content.
Oh, thank you.
But Ladybug wants me to read this.
Please do.
You can read that.
Go ahead.
I don't want to read it. You read it.
I remember Christy Ann said she was afraid to do any sexual stuff because her mom might be watching. Maybe she is. LOL.
I'm telling you.
I like to think that our loved ones, they just kind of respect our private time and are like, okay, well, yeah, we're going to just go away for a while. That's kind of what I think.
My mom was always up in my business. Trust and believe that.
That's funny.
That's why I think that. All right. We on to the next slide?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, again, is this fake? Is this real? Same drill. Put 1 in the chat if you think it's real, 2 if you think it's fake.
And Wondering Sub, I grabbed your picture you sent me and I put it on a slide. So
oh, good.
Yeah.
Melissa Jade sent me some too, so I'll get those to you in a little while so we can put those up.
All right, send them to our email and I can just pull them from there. But when you're done with these, we can put up the Wondering Subs and her. Sofa, you're right though.
This picture looks like a big vagina.
Leave it to Sofa.
I was like, I'm not seeing this. What am I missing here?
I see it. It's that. I think there's a black
tree.
line.
It's the tree. I see where it's like the forest right there, the bottom of the trees. Yep, I see it.
Hey, Heather. Carolyn, did we say hi when you came in? If not, hi and welcome.
I am sorry if we missed you.
Yeah. If we missed anybody, we're happy you're here.
Yes, very. And I'll talk about this one in just a second. I'm just getting these pictures from Melissa Jade ready.
Yeah, I see it. Rena, it's the line behind the girl. There's a line.
Can our mods can they drop our email again, please? Because Melissa Jade's going to send. Yeah, if you can send these to us, that'd be great. Because we definitely want you to talk about these pictures too.
Hey, Kelly, it's your first time. Welcome.
Welcome. Good to have you here. All right. So are we ready to talk about this one, you think?
T. Adams said she's scared of the thought of being scared. She would be out of there.
Yeah, this was actually a real photograph. And I've seen this picture before. I've researched this cemetery that this picture is in. It's called Bachelor's Grove.
So that's not a real lady?
That is a real lady. Yes, it's a real one. Yes, this is real.
No, I mean, that's not a human?
No, that's not a human. That's not a spirit. This was Bachelor's. It looks real, doesn't it? Like it's a real lady just sitting there.
Yeah.
Bachelor's Grove is near Chicago. It's one of the most haunted cemeteries in the world. There's a lot of really cool articles and stories and studies about Bachelor's Grove. I've read a lot about it. I'd love to go there. This picture was taken by a ghost hunting group, and they went out during the day, and it was the Ghost Research Society. This picture was on August 10th of 1991. They went to a daytime investigation just to do some photography, and they were getting ready to do a night investigation. So they wanted to kind of scope it out a little bit. And this actually was a picture that one of their investigators snapped and did not see anything while they were taking the picture. But when they looked at it, here's this woman, and this is a spirit woman. If you look up this picture came off of cliftonhill.com.
Okay, Southern lady.
You're welcome to look it up. And if you enlarge this picture, you definitely can see that she is slightly transparent.
Wow.
At Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, there's lots of reports of strange phenomena, apparitions like this lady, unexplained sights and sound, and unexplained balls of light or like orbs. But yeah, this is a fascinating picture to me. I have read a lot and I've looked at this a lot, and it's really fascinating when you make this bigger because you literally can see, that she is transparent.
She looks bored.
I don't know if she's bored or if she's
bored.
just Bachelor's Grove doesn't get a lot of visitors anymore. I mean, ghost hunting groups, but here's why I think maybe she's sad a little bit, because a lot of families don't go there anymore because it's not in the greatest area, and you have to actually have security guards now go with you because there's been a lot of vandalism, a lot of drug activity, because as you can see, it is kind of back in the woods. And so it makes me wonder if she's sad a little bit that her family maybe can't come anymore or doesn't come because, of all the bad stuff that's happening. Maybe she is bored. Maybe she's like, this really sucks being a spirit and I'm just going to sit here and be bored. I don't know.
Hi, Adeline. That's my biggest fear. I don't want to pass over and be freaking bored.
I don't think you will be. I know I won't be. I always tease my daughter and say, someday when it's my turn to pass, I'm coming back and haunt her for something to do. And she laughs. I mean, like I said, my daughter's almost 29 years old. So I do not say this in front of my older granddaughter or anything, but I do tease my daughter. And my daughter laughs and says, you would? I said, yeah, because I want you to do a ghost hunt and then I'll come and scare you. And she's like, oh, geez, Mom. That kind of thing. But is this what you're going to do, Christine? Are you just going to sit there?
I'm going to be pissed. I need to go to a party.
This lady definitely doesn't look like she's been to any parties in a while. She's kind of hanging out there. But I think it would be very, very cool. If I would catch a photograph like that, I think I would be delighted. That would make my whole world to be able to catch a spirit photograph this good.
Oh, Rena. Oh,
that's right. That's right. That's why I don't think I'll be bored either. I mean, my mom's up there. I like to think that's my belief that, you go on to heaven or wherever you believe you go. You know what I mean? And I'll see my mom and my Nana, and then I'll say, if I'm going to be bored, you have to come with me, Mom and Nana.
I'm excited to see my grandma and my mom and
and Lucy. You'll get to see my Lucy cat again.
I'm just getting ready to say that. I'll get to see my Lucy cat.
You certainly will.
But what do you do?
I don't think anybody really has the answer for that, because unfortunately, a lot of times, even when you're doing ghost box sessions or seances or any kind of communication, they never tell you what's happening there.
My grandma came to see me after she passed. I was sitting on her porch in my dream. I was sitting on her porch and I looked across the street, and her best friend lived across the street, my grandma. And they were crocheting buddies, and they loved to sit on the porch and crochet all day and all night.
Cute.
And her best friend had passed before her. But anyway, she came to me, and I was sitting on her glider on her porch, and I looked across the street, and above her best friend's house, a light came above it, lights in the shape of a steeple. And her house looked the same, but there was light around it that showed a steeple. And out of the door came my grandma, and she motioned me to come over. So I crossed the street, and she wouldn't hug me. She told me not to hug her. It was bad for, I can't remember, but I just knew I wasn't allowed to hug her. And she told me she loved me. And one of the questions I asked her was, are you bored? What are you doing? And she said that heaven is amazing. It's just like life, but there's no problems, and it's 1,000 times more beautiful. And there's swimming pools and this and that, and went on and on.
So she told you. That's awesome.
And then she said goodbye and told me she'd always check on me, and then went back in the house, and I went back across the street, and I woke up.
I had a similar dream to that, only with mine, Now, I guess I have to put this into context because, like I said at the beginning, and for those of you who have missed it, my grandmother, I grew up with her living in our house, and that was my Nana. And so even when I graduated and moved out and everything, I'd go get her all the time to come stay with us. And I had my daughter on her birthday. I don't think I shared that. And they spent 2 years together before my Nana died. And I was almost 21 when she died. And I felt like my heart was breaking in half. You know how that goes,
Yeah.
Christine. I felt like I was losing my best friend.
Yeah.
And I went to sleep one night and I remember I was walking down this sidewalk, but I'd never been to wherever I was before. And my Nana and another lady, like your grandmother, were outside on this porch. And I had no idea who this other lady was. And they were drinking tea and they were eating a piece of pie. And so I went up there and
oh yeah, you told me about this.
and I said to my Nana, can I have a piece of pie? And they both my Nana and this lady would just look at each other and laugh at me. And I was like, well, why can't I have a piece of pie? And they would just laugh. And then I said, who are you, to this lady? I don't know you. And they would just grin. And my Nana said, oh, it'll all make sense someday. And I said, well, I want it to make sense now. Why are you laughing at me? And why can't I have a piece of pie? Because my Nana was the most unselfish person in the entire world. She'd have given you her last bite of food if that's all she had. So that's why it seemed funny to me that she was like not saying, oh, sure, here, And I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. And then I just woke up and I remember feeling really aggravated. And it was like, damn it, who was that lady? Why were they laughing at me? And I still don't know the answer, but I've had psychics tell me it's because they were laughing because I do know who the person is, that she's probably a relative or a spirit guide of mine. And I said, well, why wouldn't they share the pie? And she said, the psychic that said this to me was like, well, because you're not in heaven and that pie wasn't for you to eat. It was a spiritual kind of pie, not in this realm like we see it. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to go with that. So
my grandma wouldn't let me hug her. And I remember after that, when she wouldn't let me hug her, she said, no, you have to stay here. You can't come with me. And I got the impression that if I hugged her or something, I would have went with her. Did you ever hear
there had to be
any theories on that? I never looked into it.
No, I mean, that's very possible. I've not heard that, but I mean, who knows? She was coming to you, apparently, and she knows more than we know because she's in that realm and we're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which may be the same reason my Nana never offered to hug me. She did not touch me either. Now that you say that, I'm thinking about that. She never touched me. They would just look at each other and laugh. And I was standing next to her, and I never tried to touch her either. So I don't know if maybe that was the same reason. That's a very good question.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. But you can go on to the next one. That was a fascinating photo to me. Is this real or is this fake? 1, if it's real in the chat, please. And 2, if it's fake.
I'm going to say it's fake too.
Okay.
Oh, we got some ones.
Uh-huh.
Did Melissa email those to us? Because while you're talking, I could go put those pictures on slides.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Kelly said her brother came to me and told her that heaven was gorgeous and he hugged me. I could feel the bristles of his beard. Okay.
Oh.
We're guessing if it's real or fake, Sofa, not if the dress is ugly or not.
This is a 1800s ghost. So yes, maybe if we lived in the 1800s, we would have a weird dress like that on. Yeah, I wouldn't wear that today. That's for sure.
Oh, wow, Robin. You got to come
wow. Yeah. All right. So I will talk about this picture. You are right. It is fake. This is made off of an iPhone app called Ghost Capture.
Oh, wow.
And this particular picture fooled one of Washington's most respected mediums. His name is Anthony Grizelka, and he talked on and on. He was given a reading for this little girl and this is who she is, where she was, and this is what happened to her, and this is a fake photo. So if you're into making, fake ghost photos, just go to Ghost Capture. It's an iPhone app. I don't know if they have it available for Android or anything. It didn't tell me that, unfortunately. But it's pretty good fake. It's the kind of clothing that they would wear, and, so for a fake one, it's not too bad. Rena, I wonder that it didn't really say in the article that I was reading. And that article was on smh.com.au, Australia, but it didn't say that. But I kind of thought to myself, well, if he's fooled by a picture that's not even real, he doesn't sound real legit to me, but that's just my opinion. But it definitely had to be asked. Yes, Wandering Sub, those apps are horrible. Now, however, we will have a talk about some apps that are not so horrible. It's not a photography app, but we'll get into that on some spirit box apps. And there's a couple that I like and have experimented with, investigated with, know others that have used, and we'll talk about that too. You can go ahead, Christiane. Sorry, I have a cat trying to talk to you all again. Christiane, are you muted? I think she's muted.
Yeah, sorry. I was putting Rena's pictures on a slide.
No, that's okay. If you just want
to switch it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Adeline.
Hey, Adeline. Okay, look at this one. This is very interesting, and this is very recent that this appeared on the internet. So, which I'm sure you can tell from the truck and the more modern things. But yeah, again, if you'd please put 1 in the chat if you think that it is real, 2 if you think it's fake. Dawn, I've heard that too. I used to hear that all the time from my Nana, that I was an old soul. I actually went to a presentation all about old souls, and it was very interesting. I don't think, Robin, we won't let Robbie scare your computer this time. We might scare Robbie, but we won't scare your computer. No, I'm just teasing. I don't expect it to be anything scary tomorrow night either, but I do think it'll be interesting.
That's definitely fake.
Okay. That's pretty much seems to be the general consensus of what everybody says, right? Is that it's fake. This photograph is real.
Shut the front door.
This is a real photograph. I thought it was fake too, so I did a lot of research on it.
Wow.
I actually got this off of steveharveyfm.com, and this was actually taken on June 17th.
Wow.
So this is a very recent picture, and here I'll give you some of the background on this. So a trucker named Jorge was leading a convoy in the middle of the night through Argentina's Cordoba province. Now, I'm not real familiar with provinces in Argentina, but my granddaughter's dad, Matthias, is from Argentina. So I asked if that is, is it an area that is notoriously haunted, or, what do you think? And he said, yeah, that's an area that is a lot of spirit activity. So he wasn't surprised. And so there was a convoy of trucks. It does look like the Grim Reaper. I agree with that, Amber Love Reigns. And the trucker, Jorge, said that he saw a woman on the side of the road, and he thought it was weird because it was the middle of the night. And so he passed her, and then he looked in his rearview mirror, and she was gone. And so he radioed the 2 trucks that were in his convoy behind him and said, hey, basically, did you see this lady? And I can't see her. Did you see where she went? Because it struck him as so odd. And these truckers were freaking out because they were saying she's hanging on the back of your truck. So they were just hysterical, and he was hysterical. And then a few minutes later, they said she was gone. And they were supposed to stop for the night. relatively close to where this happened. And they ended up driving 80 miles further to get farther away from this.
Sofa and Enchanted think it looks like a penis.
Oh God, the last one looks like a vagina. This is not sex 101. It's paranormal 101.
It's so fun.
I know. It's not a dick. It's supposed to be this woman. So
she says, "Why are you all freaking out? Are you watching on your TV?" I'm on my phone and it looks like a. I'm done with her.
I know. I'm like, this is Paranormal 101. Sex 101 is on a different channel.
So that's a lady.
It's a woman. They saw this. Yeah, they saw this woman standing by the side of the road, and he was interviewed, and he said he thought it was weird because this was the middle of the night, and it was his truck and two others following him. And so he passed her, and then he looked in his mirror and he didn't see her. So that's why he radioed the other two trucks behind him and were like, "Did you see this lady? Where did she go?" And they were freaking out, saying she's on the back of your truck. And then literally he starts freaking out too. And then they were like, "My God, she's gone." So they only saw this and snapped a picture real briefly. And then after that, she was gone. So then they continue to drive 80 more miles to get the heck away from her in hopes that she wouldn't show up.
So she's levitated or on the truck?
She's on the truck. Wow. She's a spirit though. So, I mean, chances are when he passed by, I mean, when you're a spirit, you can just move effortlessly to wherever. They don't know who she was, why she was there.
Did anybody do any research on that part of the road to see if...
That's why I asked Matthias, my daughter's fiance, and my oldest granddaughter's dad. He's from Argentina, and that particular province of Argentina is known for a lot of spirit activity. He doesn't know the road. I mean, he didn't know exactly why. I don't think anybody knows why. She does look like she's hitching a ride. So even though they drove 80 miles to get away from her, I'm not sure that, I mean, if she was a spirit, obviously she could have just came with them. But literally, they never saw her again. So, and she was there really briefly, long enough for the truck right behind him to snap a quick picture. And she was gone shortly after that.
I know, Riley. It freaks me out. It is confusing.
It was confusing for me too, but it's so recent. I had to include this. Yeah, it's very weird. How would she get smashed on the back of the truck when he's driving forward, Sofa? I'm laughing. Oh my God, I'm dying, Enchanted. This is hilarious.
T. Adams said she's been to Argentina 3 times, but didn't leave the city.
There you go. I don't think I'd want to leave the city, at least not in the middle of the night, if this is what is being caught by the truck drivers. Wandering Sub, that's why I did this, is because now, honestly, we've got a few more too, but now, whenever you see this kind of stuff and you're looking at this stuff, you're going to be thinking that through, like, is this fake? Is this real? That's possible. Yeah, that's possible, point. Robin, because it was the truck behind him that caught the picture. Yeah. The guy, Jorge, drove by and saw the woman, and he drove by her and looked in his rearview mirror and didn't see her again. So then that's why he was radioing the other drivers. But then she appeared on the back of the truck, and the second truck is the one that caught that picture. So that's very possible.
And they were freaking out.
Yes.
I would love to hear their radio talk. That would
I know. I would love to hear them speak. And yeah, if you go to steveharveyfm.com, you can read that article.
Yeah, I'm going to. That's
definitely. Cool. And that's, like I said, very recent, as of June 17th of this year. So a few days ago.
Wow.
Okay, this one. Do you all think this is fake or is this real?
Real.
Okay. So let's say 1 for real, 2 for fake. Robin, I agree. I believe that spirits can haunt people as well. Enchanted, yeah, I think that photo of that image on the spirit on the back of the truck. I think it's been amplified and probably cropped down for experimental, to look at it, for people to check it out and see what they think.
Are we looking at the orbs? Michelle K wants to know.
Yep.
Do you think those are real orbs or fake, Michelle? I'm saying real.
Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and talk about it. This is a real picture. This is real. And I was actually at this investigation as well when these pictures were taken. I chose this one because orbs are a subject that are highly debated. This was taken at a cemetery also that there's not a lot of things around it. And this was taken on April 5th of 2005. So there's no fog in April. Usually April here where I live, there's not bugs really out yet. I mean, you'll occasionally get a moth here or there, but no, that's not a moth. This is also on, if you want to read about, there's more photos from this investigation, also on doyouseedeadpeople.org. I was a guest investigator with them that night as well. That has been studied and studied and studied. And when it's enlarged, it definitely, you can tell it's not a bug. There was no dust flying around. It does look like there's a person in the background. You're correct.
Where?
Yeah. Robin,
Where
do you see it?
No.
Well, if you look between, there's definitely one you can kind of see an outline of. There's a gravestone to the right and then the tree. Look in the background. It looks like a figure. I'm not looking at it. Yeah. And I'm not looking at a, real big screen right now, but that was one of the things that we noted. The orbs though, one thing I do hate is I know that we've all seen probably some ghost shows and they're like, oh, did you see that orb? Not everything is an orb. Definitely not everything is an orb. Some things can be bugs. You can usually tell it when you enlarge it and look at it closely. And if you're in an abandoned place, especially, or, an area, if you've got a lot of gravel or dirt, you're going to kick up dirt or, particles. And so it's going to show up as that. Yeah. Things in lens dust, you better believe it. They can cause it as well. But this one, we have no explanation. And they had an expert at one of the colleges here look at it too. And he didn't have any explanation either. So we marked it as real. That's up to, I'm just going to say, it's up to each of you, whatever you think. Because with orbs, as long as we can debunk no bugs, no dust on a lens or, dust in the atmosphere or anything. It's just kind of subject to whatever each person's opinion is. But we couldn't see it with the naked eye again on this one. It's a big round ball, Riley. If you're looking for the orb, if you see the figure, it's way back further. No, it's okay. You can go on the next one.
I see it. It's yeah.
There's a person by the tree trunk. Yeah, that's what we're. Mm-hmm.
I actually see two on the tree trunk.
Sometimes people will see orbs too, and sometimes you'll see what looks like a face inside of an orb, and that's kind of cool too. Or there'll be different colors. I've never been taught that different colored orbs mean anything differently, but it's kind of cool when you see that. I know, right, Michelle? There is a little image in that orb, and I don't know what that is. I have no explanation for that. You can go ahead and go on to the next one. Oh, you did. Okay. Sorry. I was a little behind you there. So again, if you think this is a real photo and what you're looking at is right in the middle of that staircase. Do you see that kind of translucent? There's that word that I don't like, but
it's a translucent nightgown.
Maybe that's what it's got on. See, there you go. I don't know, but that's what you're looking at right in the middle of the staircase there. So one, if it's real, two, if it's fake. I hope you guys are enjoying this.
Sabrina Speakeasy said her aunt is a genealogy and she did her whole tree. I'll have to hire someone though, cause this Sephardi Mexican side of my family all have is border crossing and baptismal records. I always wanted to do genealogy on myself. Too.
That is creepy looking, Dawn. I'm not sure if I caught that. I think I would step out for a little bit and say, all right, I'll go back in a minute. Oh my gosh, it reminds Robin of a Weeble. I'm cracking up.
I'm going to say it's fake.
This is a real picture. This is a very famous. This is a very famous ghost picture taken on September 19th. Oh, that's my birthday, September 19th. What a deal. But I wasn't alive in 1936 when this picture was taken. This also came off of cliftonhill.com. You can read, if you just type in the brown lady, this is a famous ghost picture. And it was taken at 4 p.m. and it was taken for a photo shoot for Country Life magazine in Norfolk, England. They were taking a picture of this, what was called Raynham Hall. And the photographer he saw what he thought was a mist out of the corner of his eye, and he turned and just snapped a picture at the staircase. Of course, you're talking film cameras again in 1936. So he just took a photo, and this came back, and this is what it was.
Hey, Wolfie. Not Wolfie.
Hey, not Wolfie. So,
what's a Dundee Dell? What's a Dundee Dell?
Yeah, it looks like it, right? Oh, it's something local that Sofa and I know about. Oh. It does, but it's not. This was taken in England, Norfolk, England, at a place called Raynham Hall.
Okay, Michelle, send it to our email and I'll put it on a slide. Because Rena and Wandering Sub sent us some pictures we're going to go over.
Mm-hmm. So that is a famous picture.
Woman?
It is a woman. Yeah, that's the outline of a woman. They call her the brown lady. And that comes from, it has something to do with images of a woman being seen there. And the hall was like something brown. I mean, it had this big long name. So that's why they call her the brown lady. But yeah, that's kind of her, like her, I don't know if she's got something on her head or if it's her hair or if it's her hair, you know, and then her dress. That could be. That was in England. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. They were doing a photo shoot for Country Life magazine and the photographer saw the mist and just snapped a picture.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's pretty crazy. You can go ahead and switch to the next one.
Okay.
Okay. Do you see it might be kind of hard to see, but that red arrow is pointing to that person standing there. If you think this is one, if you think that it's real, two, if you think it's fake. And yes, it does say that was taken at the Myrtles Plantation.
I'm going to say 2.
Okay. We've got a good mix of real and fake here. Mm-hmm. See? Yeah, we can put those in our community tab later. I know I've been citing them as I go, but yeah, I can put those up there. That's no problem.
So fun.
Yep. Robin's 100% accurate on that. Allison, I saw that. I watched that channel as well, and she did an awesome job on that. So this picture is real. This picture was at the Myrtles Plantation, and again, myrtlesplantation.com. You can actually go stay there. You can actually go and stay in this. There's a whole history on this. They think that this is a photograph of the slave named Chloe. And this picture was taken in 1992. And the proprietress of the Myrtles took a picture and caught this image. And she was taking pictures for the insurance company because she had just bought the Myrtles. And they wanted pictures to see the distance between buildings for insurance for fire. And this happened to show up. It's been researched by experts all over the world. And there's no explanation that has ever been found. There was nobody there that day that was, dressed up, which like they had said, no, they wouldn't likely portray that anyway, but this is what showed up. Chloe, just a quick, brief kind of summary on her. She was a known slave at that particular plantation at the time that the Woodruff family lived there. And she had got caught eavesdropping and had been in a lot of trouble. So she went and got some oleander and crushed it up and baked it into a cake, thinking if I just make, the little girls kind of sick and I nurse them back to health, then they'll love me again and I will, they'll forget about being mad. But she didn't know how much to put in and she killed them. And eventually, unfortunately, she, it was not nice. She was ended up being hung, and not the proper way of, going through a legal trial or anything, unfortunately.
Oh.
But I believe, yes, Robin, there is other pictures of her found. They're not as clear as this picture. But yes, go to myrtlesplantation.com. They have all kinds of very cool pictures of different things. And it's a very haunted plantation. You can stay there. I've seen Travel Channel shows about it. They encourage you to ghost hunt while you're there. I would love to go. That's on my bucket list. I would love it. Yeah, she killed them, Dawn. And by accident, she didn't mean to kill them. She wanted to make them sick. I actually even read a whole book about this. She wanted to make them sick just so that she could nurse them back to health, so that, unfortunately, the slave owners would think that she didn't mean to eavesdrop and they'd forgive her for that. And if I do remember right in the book, she had an ear cut off for eavesdropping, which is horrible. And I hate to even think about that. But she was very much trying to get back into their good graces. And that's why she just wanted to make them a little bit sick, because she was, she thought, if I do this, they're just going to see how valuable I am. And it's sad. It's sad. She ended up killing the little girls. Yep, Robin, that's it. They have a lot of really good things you can read about on there. And also you can just Google Myrtles Plantation, Louisiana, and there's lots of stories. You'll find stories from people that have stayed there, ghost hunting groups. It's a very well-known place. Yeah, Laura Lulu, a very big oopsie. Yeah, unfortunately. I would love to go there. I would go there in a heartbeat if I was given the opportunity. I'd be there ghost hunting that place like no other. I would love it.
You need to go to Savannah, Georgia. There's a lot.
That would be awesome. Robin, it is sad. The whole situation behind it is sad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe that, Enchanted. I had an uncle that lived down there, and oh, yeah, voodoo, Santeria, all kinds of stuff. Yep. Wow. Yeah, ghost hunting. I love it.
Okay, next photo.
Yep. And I think this is the last one that I have.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's slide 10.
So here we go. 1, if you think this is real. 2, if you think this is fake.
What is it?
There's a guy standing there.
I see it.
Looks like maybe some other people or.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to say fake.
The guy is translucent. It looks like the other people aren't so much.
Yeah.
Rena, yeah, there's a lot going on in that picture, right? Any other guesses? Probably just a couple seconds here, and then I'll go on.
There's a lag from StreamYard.
I know.
You got a good mix, though.
I know. I like it. This one is a really good mix.
Sofa said it's partially real and partially fake.
Sofa's not wrong. I'll
really?
give you that. Yes.
Really?
This was actually, I found this on paranormallovetoknow.com. This guy was a photographer for Getty Images, and he decided just to play around. That's exactly right, Allison. He did a double exposure. He did it on purpose to see if people would really think this was paranormal or not, because he was doing some research on, beliefs in the paranormal. So that's exactly what he did. He did a double exposure.
So then how's it partially real and partially fake?
Because there's the people in the picture are actually real, but what's fake is the guy's not really translucent.
Oh.
You can't really see through him. So Sofa was, she was a pretty good guesser on that one. It was partially real and partially fake.
Yeah, but I thought you meant
that was a trick. I'll give you guys that. That was for my last one. I just kind of threw in a trick one there. I'll give you all that. But I hope you enjoyed my segment on this.
And if you have fun.
I know. Oh. Let me finish. I was just gonna say, if you have questions, go ahead and type them in the chat. And we're gonna open up.
Lady.
I'm teasing you. That's what you do to me. Ha ha ha. It's payback. No, I'm just kidding. I love it. I always give her crap. We give each other crap.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys have questions, type them in the chat, and we're going to open up panel here in just a little bit for, people to come up one at a time and tell us if you've seen a ghost photo. If you have one, we've gotten a few sent to us. Oh, thank you, Wandering Sub. I hope tomorrow night's going to be really fun. And should I tell them what we're going to do?
Yeah, I think
we're at a point now. So Robbie and I think Siren's going to come up too with us. Siren was doing his face. So if he's got it done, and if he's in here and wants to come up on panel and just hang with us, he can.
Yeah.
But tomorrow night, Robbie will be here. And of course, Christiane and I will, and Siren's coming up. We're going to do what's called the Estes method with the spirit box. I'm not sure that if you've watched paranormal shows, you may have seen this. I don't think this has been done on this side of YouTube. I could be wrong because I don't watch, every channel, obviously. The Estes method is where Robbie and I haven't really decided. He hasn't decided. I'm ready to go either way. Or Christiane, one of us is going to plug into the spirit box. And when I say the spirit box, I'm actually going to use a spirit box, the SB12, which is an app, because it's not as noisy. You don't hear as much static. And one of us will plug into the spirit box with earbuds or headphones or whatever. And we're going to blindfold ourselves. We're going to turn up our spirit box so that all we can hear is that static. And the others are going to ask questions. So say that I'm the one that's blindfolded and I'm listening to this spirit box. I can't hear what they're asking. Plain and simple. I won't be able to hear. And so, Robbie may say, like, what color shirt does Siren have on? And if it comes across a color, I'm just going to say whatever the spirit box is saying to me. And sometimes it's crazy accurate. And I've seen it accurate more than not. So that should be pretty fun. And we can take turns, trying it with each other, blindfolding and stuff too. It's really cool to see this happen. And so I think that'll be kind of a fun thing. And then, depending on how long that takes, we'll talk about the different types of hauntings tomorrow night a little bit. There you go, Robin. I don't think you'll ruin your computer on this one.
How did she ruin her computer?
Robbie.
Why?
Something with Robbie. I don't know.
Oh.
It was something to do with Robbie. I don't know if he was ghost hunting and it ruined it. Punkette, yeah, the Estes method is awesome, isn't it? I can't wait to do that tomorrow night. I've been practicing it with friends and stuff, and it's been pretty spot on, the Estes method. So we'll talk about a couple apps that I use that are really good apps. There's some that I won't recommend either. So yeah, if anybody else, Sabrina Speakeasy on Portals to Hell. I love that show. I love Portals to Hell. I love Katrina Wiedemann. She's such an awesome investigator. They do a lot of stuff that's not fake, and I think that's why I like it so much. Hey, Parker.
Hi, Parker.
Does anybody have questions for me? If not, we'll open up panel.
Do you want me to pull up their pictures, or what do you want me to do?
You can. I don't know if they are comfortable. If they want to come up and talk about their pictures one-on-one, or.
Oh, okay. Rena, do you want us to show the pictures?
And if you're not comfortable coming up, that's fine. Christiane and I can show them and talk about them. If you do want to come up, we'd love it too. Anybody wants to come up, because you would know the background on these photos more so than me. I had a really, really good time researching these photos and stuff because it's just crazy the wealth of information out there about, some of the photos. I was tricked just like you guys were. I thought, nah, this isn't real before I read the articles. I was surprised. And you've seen, Christy Ann's seen the one before from the cemetery with the ectoplasmic mist. I showed her that one before.
All right. I'm going to go grab the slide. I'm going to wait for...
Oh, Robin said the spirit box answered Robbie with the word lights, and her lights flickered and a few other things happened, and the computer had red spots on it, and ever since she's had problems. Oh, that's not good. Siren's done. So if you want to drop the link for him, he's going to come hang up with us here because he did his face, and I can't wait to see it.
Okay. Getting a link.
Sabrina, I'm with you on that one, girl. Sabrina and I are talking paranormal show here for a minute. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I loved Paranormal Lockdown. She was awesome with that as well. But if you ever are all bored and looking for something good to watch, Travel Channel, again, not sponsored, not advertising, just saying, a good show is Portals to Hell. If you're looking for a very good paranormal series to watch on YouTube. I'm only saying these because I know sometimes people will ask me, what are your recommendations? I want to watch something paranormal, but some of them are so fake, they're cheesy. There is a channel on YouTube called The Paranormal Files that is very, very good. And our friend Rochelle, that's going to be on Tuesday, Rochelle G, she has an awesome series. I love her videos because she is very respectful to the spirits, extremely respectful. So I just had to share those. If anybody's looking for other things to watch in the real paranormal world, shoot us an email. I can send you back some suggestions of things that I like that are more real than some of the things that are, you can tell, are a little overdone. Melissa Jade, I'm sorry. We can hurry up.
Oh, her live?
She said she's going to push it back a little more. I'm sorry.
Does she want us to stop now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can stop if you want us to.
Yeah. Seriously, Melissa, we can stop now.
Heather, you met Katrina? She seems like a very cool person. Yeah, let's just see what Melissa Jade says, because I'm okay with that. Yes, the Paranormal Files. That's it, Robin. They're a very good channel. Some of his stuff is just, I love it because he gives history a little bit about where they're going. He gives you a little history about it. Oh, Melissa Jade says, no, don't hurry up. No, she doesn't want us to stop. We're supposed to stop apologizing, she said.
Okay. All right.
Oh, good,
so
Dawn.
There's
Thank
Siren.
you.
Siren, let me see your makeup. Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Ooh, I like it.
Thank you.
That is really beautiful.
It is very, very nice.
I like that a lot.
Me too. What colors did you use? Grays?
There's lots of orange, actually.
On your eyes?
No, the eyes are actually, there's some copper. And then I got out my palette from Sugar Drizzle Polish, actually.
Oh.
Today. So.
Let me see it. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like one. I might like, oh, look at that. I like that a lot. Wow.
Let me see it. Open the palette.
Dang, I wish I could do my makeup that good. That looks really nice.
I'm pretty good at makeup, but Siren has
Here's the palette.
Oh, I like it.
Those are gorgeous. Wow.
Those are awesome.
You just got that today?
Oh, no, I've had it for a while. I've murdered this palette.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is.
You guys aren't going to believe this.
What?
I made the presentation, and when I go to share it, it won't move.
Weird.
All Arena's pictures.
Is it frozen?
No, it's not frozen. It won't let me. It won't move. I can't explain it.
Weird.
It's like your bowels.
Yeah. Hold on.
Well, if anybody else wants to come up while she's getting that moving, feel free.
No, when I go, no, here's the thing. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with Google Slides. I make these slides when we do all of our presentations. I save them, and when I go to share screen, it asks me if I want to add Google Slides. I say yes. It asks me from which account. I pick the Shenanigan account, and I go in, and all of our slides are there for this entire presentation, except Rena's. It won't show up. When I go back to Google Slides, it's in there.
Okay, that's bizarre. Did you get Melissa Jade's?
Yeah, I added them. That's what I'm talking about. Rena's pictures. We may just have to share screen and do it that way.
Yeah.
You're going to have to tell me about this Google Slides thing because I didn't know that existed. I've been doing my chat comments on my Facebook Messenger to myself.
Oh, no. Google is much easier.
Yeah,
yes, Heather, I do know. I have heard of Brian.
So just Google Slides. Make sure you're in Google Chrome, though, so you can share the slides. And then when you go to share screen, one of the options is slides. And you'll hit slides, and it'll whatever you saved in the folders in the slides will pop up. It's so much easier.
Okay.
But yeah, we can share we'll just share screen from the tab instead of the slide. I don't know why it's doing that, Rena.
And Siren, you can get a hold of her privately too, and then try to remember all that from right now.
Yeah, I'll walk you through it.
Yeah.
But I love Google Slides for presentations.
It's a lot easier, huh?
You can add video to them. You can add graphic. You can add pictures. You can do everything.
Yeah, because when you do it from your Facebook Messenger and you hit the wrong thing, there's your Facebook. It's like,
right.
Exactly.
It's like, you don't want that. No.
God, someone would have a whole live on
God.
Facebook.
Yeah, that's probably true. Did Rena say, does she want to come up or
no? Melissa's going to speak.
Okay.
I speak on her behalf.
Hey, lady. Welcome.
She's my manager, but I speak for her. Tell me how that works out. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Good to see you. I'm good. You guys have done such an amazing job. I just had to give you credit because it's really important to show like visuals while you're discussing it. Like that's something that I found is really important because if you're just doing like the audios, people are listening, but sometimes they fall off track. Yeah. So you did a really great job with the visual presentation. So it kept us all captivated. So good job.
Thank you. I couldn't pass up, if it's fake or real or that was just too fun.
That's all we
so good.
You can't give me credit for that.
You did all the tech start. So hush. I can't even talk.
I did the tech stuff, but you did. Hey, Nashville, you did all the work.
Hi, Nashville.
Putting it together.
I had fun with it. This week is going to be fun. And Melissa Jade, you're going to be with us, hopefully, on Wednesday.
Yes. So I can live stream on it's like about 20 minutes away from me. Obviously, like it's probably better to do it if it was like darker to like do the creepy effect with it. But we could just live stream going there, and then I could be a stalker and just live stream outside the house and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's creepy. I don't think that house is creepy no matter what time of day or night. That is one creepy place. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yay.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Okay, let me try to get these slides up one
Well, I could probably get it up on my end, too.
Okay.
So just give me a second, because there's another one.
Siren, are you going to do Estes method with us tomorrow night on the spirit box? Or are you just going to be one? Okay, good. I was going to say, you can either do spirit box or you can be a questioner, whatever you want to do. It'll be fun.
Either way.
Cool.
Whichever.
I am ready to go. I think Robbie's ready. Christiane, are you ready?
No, I'm terrified.
Melissa Jade knows. It's not scary. It'll be fine.
Definitely, it's definitely not letting me have a slide on her presentation.
That is so weird.
I know.
It's okay. Hold on. Just give me a second.
Thank you.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
It's probably her son messing with her because he tends to do that.
It's definitely something because it's here. It's definitely here. It won't let me put it on.
It's okay. Hold on. Just give me a second.
Oh, Susie G, thank you so much.
Yes.
I was worried. Christine can tell you I
He
have
drove me absolutely crazy all week. So worried. She goes, I'm so scared I'm going to disappoint you because your parasocial relationship thing was so amazing and everybody was talking about it. And I'm like, Leanne, I'm your friend. If 5 people come, we're still going to have fun. Like, why? Finally, she's got nervous today.
Well,
awesome.
And I had a whole outline and how I wanted to do it. And then I fell down the rabbit hole of these photos and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I started all over.
I love these photos, though. I'm glad.
Well, first of all, you did amazing. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. 2, you can't dictate whether, like, are people going to be there? Are they going to do this?
Oh, no.
You go on and you just do it. And there's always going to be people who's going to show up. 3,
thank you.
Don't dictate too much about how it's going to go, because the more you try to plan it and like follow a set, itinerary, the more you're going to screw up. Just go with the flow. Have an idea of how you want it to go down and just follow that loosely.
That's exactly what I did the second time. I just kind of made myself a rough outline and some notes on the photos. And then it was just like, I'm just going with it. Yeah. I know this subject all too well. So I was like, I got it. So I'm glad everybody was enjoying it. Thank you.
And I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. The rest of the week will be fun.
And Shannon said she would tell you good job, but she doesn't want you to think you got possessed.
I would think that, you were possessed if you said something nice to me. I really would. Just kidding.
She said something very nice to me. I choked on my coffee last week when she did it. But and then Robin's blaming Siren for it not working because he has been around Robbie and his spirits.
Uh-oh.
The clock spirit did it.
Laura Lynn said it was great, except where she couldn't guess one picture. Hey, Tara Boom.
Hey, Tara. Hope you're feeling better, hon.
Boom, boom. Let's go back to my room.
Oh, Lord. Now this is going to turn into something other than what it is, right?
Where we can do it all night and I can make you feel right. Yes, happy Father's Day, Siren. How could we forget that?
Exactly. Yes, happy Father's Day. I think we said happy Father's Day in general, but we should have told Siren that. Sorry.
Melissa, do you want me to share
Father's Day? Screen? I'm going to come in and you share my screen. I'm right about to be there.
Okay.
Sorry, I was not prepared.
You all should have seen it in Brittany J's stream last night, because I showed one of my early photos of me painted up as a clown, and there were 2 people on panel who were afraid of clowns. Oh my gosh. One of them ran and got up out of her seat and ran behind her chair. Oh my gosh, it was great.
I'm terrified of clowns too, but warning. I wouldn't be scared of you as a clown, Siren, as long as I knew it was you. But if it's like strangers that I don't know that are clowns, I know about John Wayne Gacy. I want nothing to do with clowns that I don't know.
Next time you decide to show that, just say trigger warning for those that are afraid of clowns.
Now you got Are you going to show that sometime during Paranormal Week here? You got to show your clown. I mean, come on.
I can show it right now.
Do it. Do it.
Well, we're waiting for Melissa.
I won't run. I promise. I won't run away.
Sorry, this is being so annoying.
You're okay.
See, Melissa's having issues.
Even I'm having issues. It's very strange.
Rena, I think we're getting a sign. I really believe that. Something. I'm going to try it one more time on my end too.
Caroline, yes. We're doing a whole week of paranormal stuff, and then down the road a little bit, we'll have a week talking about cryptids like Bigfoot, and we'll talk about maybe like Slender Man and just some of the stuff like that. We'll have Melissa Jade come back when we do our whole alien and UFO series.
Okay. Are you all ready?
I am ready. Are you ready? Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
This was very early, like when I just started. So I was just learning. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
That is scary.
Wow, that is scary.
But I'm not too scared because I know it's you because you told me. But if you wouldn't have
I
told
didn't know
me
that was you, I'd have ran.
I would too. Yeah. If you didn't say that was you, I would be like, oh, hell no. No. Oh my God, Enchanted. I am dying right now.
True Helper said, sorry, but a clown's getting knocked out near me. Homie, don't play that.
That's great.
Yeah, it's not letting me, Melissa. This is the I can share any other thing right now. It won't
It's
let
all
me put that up.
right. I'm in. I think I'm in.
Oh, good.
I think I'm in.
So yeah, hopefully it'll be a fun week. Tuesday night, we have our Rochelle G coming from the paranormal community. She's got her channel over there, and she's been doing some investigating with some larger creators on that side of things. So she should hopefully have some interesting information. And that's going to be real informal. Like, come up on the panel one by one. If you have questions, Siren, you can come up too and just hang with us if you want to. And you know, if you have questions, you can either put it in the chat for her or come up one by one and ask her questions. I think it'll be fun. And of course, that with Melissa Jade's going to be awesome. And I'm trying to get confirmation from a high voodoo priest / Southern conjurer to come and talk to us a little bit.
That would be cool to learn about.
I had a bone reading with him. I've never had one done ever, and it was very interesting. It's chicken bones, so nothing scary, folks. It's like chicken bones, and
What's a bone reading?
He uses chicken bones and like these little tiny figurines of people and just animals and different things, and he shakes them in his hand. And then, like, this was before the pandemic that I had this done, but he would put his hands up then and have you like blow inside of his hands, and he would continue to shake his hands and say this, I don't even know what, something he was saying. And then he had me do that 3 times. I ended up blowing in his hands, and then he would just let his hands go. Kind of like if you're playing a game and you're rolling the dice.
Yeah.
It was like that. So then he would just let his hands go, and then however the bones and the figurines and stuff all lined up, he could read, like, you know, here is this relative, and it look, see here, the bone and this is really close together. So this person is still close to you in the spirit world. However, this one over here, you need to start working to bridge the gap and bringing them closer because you need that person. And it was just very cool.
Okay. Yeah. Which night is this?
I'm trying to get him confirmed for Thursday night. So I will talk to him again tomorrow.
I was going to say, what time would that be? Because that night I have to work. So.
I want to go, you know, early as we can, right, Christine?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out and let you know for sure, Siren.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
It should be good.
I think I did it. So you should see me backstage.
I see you. Yeah. Okay. Yep. You did it.
All right, Rena. So in the chat, like, if I forget like the background of like what you were doing with the photos, just remind me. So I know this photo, do you see the face peeping through?
Yep, that's creepy.
So this photo, you don't, okay. Like, do you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Right here.
Right there.
Eye. There's an eye. Oh, I see the face. Yes.
See it?
I see
it. It's like a human face.
This
is not a human.
Yeah. It's so gradiented because it's actually a very zoomed in shot of like an entire yard. So this face is itty bitty, like within the grass and bushes.
Wow.
Like you would never, I don't even know how she caught it because again, like if you just look at the totality of the picture, you would never touch it. And then you zoom in and all of a sudden, poof, a face there. And it's her dad's face. I think it also looks like her son, but it looks like a much younger version of her dad. And it's so, oh my God, it's so eerie.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That looks so real.
Yeah.
It does. And
my goodness.
It would be even more amazing if it wasn't such a zoomed in picture because you know, like, the more you zoom in, like
it's pixelated.
That's what it was. Okay, so she was taking a picture of a cardinal in her yard because ever since, so her father passed in October. Right after that, her husband had a heart attack. Then in early December, she lost Zachary, who was 22. So she had a really rough 3 months. But
I'm sorry.
birds and cardinals always tend to visit her. And
that's a sign.
I really believe the birds are her dad. So she was taking a picture of the cardinal, and then in the background, you see this face.
Wow.
And that's a younger version of her dad's face. And it's so, it's just so right there. It's right there.
Yep.
Wow.
That's fascinating how that will show up on, different things that you don't expect to see.
Yep.
I know, right? Isn't that wild?
The craziest thing is her son's face is often in the moon, and the moon changes, like meaning where you will see the craters or the dark spots tonight on the moon, it's not going to be in the same spot tomorrow or the next day because it's constantly moving. But her son's face, you can always capture it in the moon. But the hard thing about the moon is you can't really take a picture of it. No matter what, it's like trying to take a picture of a star. It's going to be blurry no matter how much you zoom in.
Yeah.
But he's always in the moon.
Wow.
Wow. That's awesome.
Then we have this. So do you see on this tree or this pole?
Yeah.
That's a face right there.
Yeah.
So her second oldest kid, her son, just graduated from high school the other week. And she was just scrolling on Facebook. She didn't even take this video. So this is a screen grab from a video. And so it was someone of her kid's friend who posted it. And as her son is being called up to get his diploma, in the background, so again, this is another, you have to zoom up. In the background, she sees Zachary's face on this pole looking over him.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you guys aren't familiar with what Zachary looks like, so it's going to be harder for you guys to see it. Like, if you know what Zachary looked like, you would know that that's his face. Those are his features. That's his dark eye. Like, that's him.
That's awesome, though. He's making himself known, and I think that's amazing.
It is. He's always reaching out. He's always giving signs. But this kind of like was a nice confirmation because she didn't take this picture. She didn't take this video. She was scrolling on someone else's and happened to find it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I zoom in? Actually, okay. Yeah, I could zoom in.
Oh, you can see the face plain as day right there.
Oh,
the eyebrows, the hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was going to say, wow, you can see that plain as day.
Mm-hmm. It's right there, right in your face.
That's awesome.
And it's amazing because where he's looking in that direction is where his brother was walking up to receive the diploma. Right in that moment.
Wow. I bet, his brother probably feels really special about that too. That, oh my gosh, he was here, and there's the proof.
He messes with his younger brother all the time. I'll say, I'll save those stories to let Rena share them, but he is constantly messing with him the same way brothers do. And every day you screw around with them and play pranks on them. He still does that in the afterlife.
Wow.
Then, okay. So do you see there's at least two? I don't know if there's three. I remember you thought there was three, Rena, but there's two apparitions right here. Full body apparitions. Do you see them?
Yes.
I do. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So this is when one of her, now I need help, Rena. This is when one of your other family members were at the ice rink right after Zachary died, because Zachary passed December 8th. So as you can see, it's the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And what happened, Rena? Like, they took a picture, and then all of a sudden in the background, it's really, Susie, you see three. She's able to identify who exactly these people are. Your cousin. Okay. So it looks like it's a few of her loved ones that have passed on, and it's as if they're all standing together, which is really comforting. Obviously.
That is. Yeah. Very. That's awesome. Wow. I love the way that they just make themselves so present and known. That is amazing. And comforting. So it's got to be, somewhat comforting to her as well.
It's her son, her uncle, and her grandmother. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's kind of like, this one always kind of like freaked me out, because it's like, what else is that? Like, I can't even try to figure out what that would be.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then we have this one where his face is coming through the window. Again, it's kind of like, like those things where it's like, do you see a dog or do you see an elephant? And you have to look one way, and then all of a sudden you could only see the dog. You could only see the dog, and then all of a sudden, pop, you'll see the elephant. That's what happens with like these pictures. I won't see it, and then all of a sudden it'll pop, and you could see it. So this is when she was home, right? You were home in the living room, Rena, and then she saw the reflection, and I remember she told her husband, like, oh my God, stop, like, don't move. And she took a picture. Is that how it happened, Rena? She gets so many signs, it's hard to keep up with, seriously.
So can you zoom in that one, Melissa?
Yes, I can. So this one took me a little bit of time to be able to see exactly where the shadows are.
I can see it.
I see it.
Wow, that's awesome.
I was sitting on the couch. This was across the living room behind my husband. And you saw it in real time, right, Rena? And that's why you snapped it? Because a lot of times you won't see it in real time. You'll only see the artifact pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, a month after Zach passed. He was 22, Dawn. And I think it correlates because they say younger people who pass in tragic ways, their energy is a lot stronger versus someone who's older and passes naturally because it's kind of like before their time.
Yes.
And so I definitely think that that's significant. Like, why is their energy, even like all of these ghosts you hear about children? Well, is their energy stronger given that they were so young, given that it was before their time?
Right.
Why should I have demons all around me, the broker?
Why would you say that, the broker? Weren't you the one that made your fiance asparagus yesterday?
Asparagus makes your pee smell.
And lamb.
And lamb.
And I don't remember, dessert, and I don't know what else.
Oh, was it, Michelle? Wow. Yeah, the younger are pure. And have you ever heard of people who die early on tend to be able to predict that they're going to die early on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Zachary was always one of those two where he always knew that he wasn't going to live long. And then that's exactly what happened. And we did a little bit of research and we heard a lot about these people who passed on early. They always knew they were going to pass on early.
Uh-huh.
Would he say that?
Mm-hmm. It's like they have this feeling or this knowledge.
Sense about it,
Was he scared?
I don't think so. Like, I don't, Rena, how, like, it's not like he would talk about it like so often where it's like, I know I'm going to pass versus he knew.
He just had that, kind of like ESP. He knew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who was I? Like, it was just Mandy on panel. We were on Granny's last week and she had said the same thing. She said that whenever I envision the future, I can't see myself old. Like, I believe I'm going to die. She's like, I can't see myself beyond my 30s. And I hope that's not the case, but she has this feeling. She has this sense. I can't see myself, even when I imagine my future, anything beyond 30s.
Wow.
Yeah, no, not scared. Just statements like he knew. Yeah, he knew. Yeah. He knew. But he's constantly giving signs. She has so many signs. And it's amazing, awesome, and that deserves an entire live in itself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing, though. And Rena, does it provide you a lot of comfort knowing that he's right there? He's with you all the time. I imagine it would be.
That's cool, the broker. It just appropriate times, like given the subject matter, I don't think it was really appropriate. Yeah. But you're allowed to feel how you want to feel. That's totally fine.
Yeah, so it wasn't appropriate, Mr. Broker. And I love you, Melissa.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Listen, everyone can feel how they want to feel. It was just the subject that we're discussing. It's not the right time.
Yeah.
I panic when I don't get them. Yeah.
I bet.
But she's gone to a bunch of mediums, and she also has it scheduled to do a medium, and it's like a photography where they draw it out. So like you're getting a reading and then they sketch. in real time. So your live was actually very intriguing for us because like it's down the, it's similar to what she's about to get done. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Good. I hope that, she'll be willing to come on sometime and let us know, if it's not too personal, just an overview of how did it go and did you, get a lot of really useful information kind of thing. That would be amazing.
Absolutely.
I am so glad she gets signs. And even though maybe they're not as prevalent now, it's like, he's still around, that's great.
It's pretty often. And she gets, like the manipulation of music, like signs, those things, like certain songs that come on that directly correlate with your loved one that wouldn't, it's like, this song's so outdated. Why would it even be playing? It comes on. They let you know that they're there.
They do. That's for sure.
Okay, Mr. Broker, listen. Have a good evening. Miss Melissa is our friend, and she's not controlling the panel. She's sharing the panel with us.
She's invited up to speak up here with us.
I'm not even going to argue about that.
Nope.
I thought you were a nice gentleman. Obviously, you're a prick. So goodbye.
Yeah, we don't need any D bags. Oh, I'm just going to say it. We don't need any cock bags in here, okay? I deal enough with them.
There's people I don't like, and I don't run around saying pricky things. Don't live your life being a big prick. As you can see from the topic at hand, life is too short to be running around being a prick. So go make your fiance another nice dinner and think about your behavior.
And don't be a cock bag. Bye.
You guys crack me up. It's fine. It's fine. Like Sophie said, it's a brand new account, so you already know what it's about.
Yeah, exactly. Rena, that's good that you'll come up sometime. We would love to have you.
Females can be pricks too. I don't give a shit. Don't piss with me.
Yeah, but I appreciate you guys showing them and going through them because it's amazing. There's something that's there. And it's the unknown that's freaky but intriguing at the same time, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Your energy has to be transferred or transformed into something. And there have been enough signs throughout history. There's enough that happens that we know something is there beyond death. We just don't know what exactly it is. So it's really amazing, but it's comforting to know and get these types of signs.
Siren, we're okay. Oh, yeah, you should mod Siren. Siren, we're okay if the broker's gone for good. Good riddance. We don't need.
Did I mod you, though? Are you modded?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was going to say, if not, he should be.
Yeah.
Your makeup looks like bomb, Siren.
Oh, you look hot.
What color's on your eyes?
Hey, OG.
It's actually a duochrome from the sheer drizzle polish thing. It's like a purple to something or other.
I knew it was purple. It looks great.
I like it. Hey, OG Fish. I like that color a lot.
I want that.
Rena, the spirit box. You betcha, hun. When we do spirit box stuff, jump up on the panel and ask some questions. I'd love to answer those for you.
Yeah.
We'll use my Ovulus to do that.
So can I show us your palette real quick, Siren, so Melissa can see it.
Yeah, I love it. Wait till you see this, Melissa. You'll love it.
I'm excited.
Her pretty eyes.
Okay, to get it, it's at sugardrizzlepolish.com.
So don't talk dirty to me.
And there it is.
I love that. Is that a cream?
No, I think it's actually ground down glitters, but I used this one right here mainly.
Oh, I love that pink and blue.
Aren't those fun?
Beautiful.
I love those colors.
How much is that palette?
I think it was like $40, something like that.
I know, right? Damn it!
Price range. I was going to order it.
You can catch them in like sales and things. So, yeah.
All my extra disposable cash goes to my kids' training.
Yeah, but these are going to be a little more. I mean, that's just the way it works with cosmetics. So
yeah.
Well, I love your contour and your eyes. You look hot as fuck.
Yeah, you did a really good job with your contour. Riley said you're balling.
Thank you.
Should I tell Siren like what my granddaughter says to me? Siren, you're looking like a snack.
Yeah, you're a snack.
Nom nom nom.
Can I tell
He's
a story
looking more
about my
like a
mom?
whole meal, though. He's got the total thing going on. He's the whole meal. He's more than just a snack.
He's the
There you
whole
go.
entree.
Yep.
I'm gonna hop back down into chat, ladies, but thank you for having me
Thank
up,
you
and thank you
so
for showing the
much.
footage. You did an amazing job. Touche, you guys did really good.
Thank you.
I didn't get to share the Wandering Subs photo.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to share it from my screen. So hold on.
I'll be in chat, but I'm gonna watch.
Thank you.
Love you, ladies. Bye.
Love you.
Love you too. So see, Siren, now every time you do a makeup look, you go, damn, I'm looking like a snack or a whole meal.
I'm looking like a snack.
That's what my granddaughter tells me when I have makeup on and my hair done. She'll be like, you're looking like a snack, girl. I'm like, you're 11. How do you even know this? Yep. She's like, Grandma, that's what you say when people look really good. Oh, okay.
What can
So
you
there you
see
go.
on StreamYard?
I
Can you see
see
it?
a picture. Yes.
It won't let me zoom in. Is it?
Oh,
there it
shoot.
goes.
Oh, there. That's
Can you
not
see
real
that?
big.
That's all the higher it'll let me go.
Shoot.
We still can't see it real well?
Not real well, no.
Darn. Wondering Sub, we'll have to do it tomorrow so I can let me try this one more time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Robin, did you see what Robin said, Siren?
What?
You're the whole meal plus the side dishes and the dessert. There you go.
Yeah, it's not even popping up. We'll have to do it tomorrow, Wondering Sub. I don't know why it's doing. Let me try one more thing because I don't want to give up. I'm not a quitter in life.
OG Fish says she doesn't know how to put eye makeup on and that you're a beast.
How about we try this? Hold on.
I put this on with my finger.
It looks really good.
Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab.
Damn, if I went out on a date looking like that. Wow, can you imagine, Christine?
Can you see that?
Not real good. I mean, it's still not zoomed into really, so I'm not sure what we're looking at. What are we looking at?
There's a ghost right here. Oh my God. Wondering Sub.
Now I can see it. I was looking in the middle. I'm like, what am I looking at here?
Oh my God. Look at that apparition.
Mm-hmm. I can see it now that you circled it. It's pretty obvious, but I'm like looking in the middle. Yeah, I can see it.
Oh my.
Put your mouse back over there in case anybody can't see it. Put your arrow back over there. There we go. That's even better. It goes up even higher than that. Yeah, it looks like an adult.
There's a second one. There's a second one right beside
next to it, the littler one on the right.
Where?
Yeah, right in there. Is that the one you're looking at, Siren? Right in there?
There's one right under her pointer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
Right under what?
Where your arrow is.
Was on it.
It was literally right on it. Right there. That's the second one.
You're on it.
Oh my God.
Yep. That's it.
Holy shit.
Does that make you wonder, like that second one, it's a child? It looks like it's not fully manifested unless it's maybe an animal. Like
that's
a dog
how the
or
bigger
something.
I can get this. It won't zoom any higher.
Yeah, you can definitely see the second one there, though.
Oh my gosh, guys.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh. It does look like a native woman.
I have to ask the Wandering Sub, I mean, was this in an area that was known to be haunted, or you just were snapping pictures and you happened to get this? Which is sometimes the best way to do things. You can just snap random pictures places, and when you go back and look.
This is on her mother's property, she said.
Oh, wow. Yep, there's two of them right there.
Oh my gosh. Amber Loverain says it looks like a person looking down at their animal.
Yeah, it's possible. That's what I was kind of wondering too, because that second one, I'm like, it looks like the shape of an animal.
That took my breath away. Oh my gosh.
That's cool.
There's something in her hand. Do you see this? She's holding something.
I don't really know if it's a woman or a man. It's kind of hard to tell.
It's a woman. I can see her legs. This is her dress. It looks like a Native American dress. Oh my gosh. Wow. Bella! I gotta show. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. Bella! She's got to see this. I gotta go get Bella.
She kills me.
Come here, look at this.
That is
ghost.
pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, look at this ghost. Look.
It's 2 ghosts.
That's real? Yeah. You see the little one?
That's like an animal, I think.
It's an animal.
The shape of it. I bet it's like a dog or something.
It's a dog. You can see his muzzle right here.
Where did it come
There you go.
My friend's
That's cool.
mother's land.
That's really cool.
She's walking her dog. Oh my gosh.
That's
Holy
cool.
shit.
I'm impressed. That is very cool. I'm impressed with all of them we've seen so far.
Who pressing on? I've unsubbed and reported for hate. Make sure you're. What are you talking about?
Our mods are neutral. Thanks, though.
I don't even know who that is. Who the heck is that?
Troll. Never seen that person ever.
There's a face by the yellow thing on the right. I see a dog.
Yeah, I do too.
Reported us for hate. Grow up.
Oh, well.
Reported us for hate. We're the least hateful people on this damn thing.
Pretty much, but whatever.
So when you're gonna go on sub, that's fine. I don't care. But if you're gonna make reports, don't report falsely. Just being a petty Betty. Okay. Wait, I gotta look at this picture again. They said there's a face by the yellow thing. Oh, I see it. Oh my goodness. There's one right here too. I can't see the dog. I see the dog's face so well. Here's his body. Here's his head, and here's his nose coming out. His mouth. She's got something in her hand. That's insane.
Sure.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Wow. Okay, Rena. So tomorrow's live is at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern, right, Leanne?
Yes.
And are you okay?
Me?
Yeah.
Just irritated with that stupid comment, but I'm good. I'm all good.
Why? Because we said that was probably the broker. Because we told
Well,
him
I'm
to go.
sure it was. No, I'm not worried.
Well, here's what happens when you report someone who hasn't actually done anything. YouTube/Google looks at it, and then not a damn thing happens.
Thanks,
Thank you, Siren.
Thank you so much, Wondering Sub and Rena, for sharing that. That was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. They're both, the pictures are just amazing.
Or if someone actually has done something, you get your channel deleted like 10 times.
Yeah.
True. Yes, you do have a point. Yes.
Okay, I know Melissa Jade's been waiting on us to go live, so I don't want to keep holding her up, but we really, really appreciate all of you coming, hanging out with us.
Yes.
This was so fun. Leanne, you did such an amazing job.
Thank you. It was fun.
And we're so excited for the rest of the week. And
Yes.
Wondering Sub and Rena, thank you so much for sharing that stuff with us. I hope you guys will share. I know that we had a couple mediums in here and a few others. Amber, I know that your aunt, if you want to share stories, we would love to hear them.
Please. And if you know, you can always email us too if you have questions, suggestions about things you want us to touch on, whatever. But I really appreciate it, everybody. This has been fun, and it's going to be a fun week.
It is. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you over at Melissa. She's going live now, I believe.
And thank you, Siren, for being here. And you'll be up here with us tomorrow night again. This will be good. And you've got a story to tell tomorrow night about your haunted clock.
Oh, I'm excited.
All right.
About that.
Sounds good. Well, we'll hopefully see everybody tomorrow. Thank you, and good night, everybody.
Guys. Good night. I'm going to close out with Robbie's song, guys, so everybody can dance a little to Robbie's song.
Yeah.
So don't just leave yet. Don't just leave yet. I got to go grab it.
Get it playing. Yeah, it's a good song.
I was dancing.
Me too.
When did he make that song?
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I told you my granddaughter plays it on repeat, and she's having a dance party in the living room all the time to it.
Does she?
Yes.
You did tell me
she loves it. She loves it.
I didn't realize
it's a good song.
Yeah, I didn't realize just how good it was. Now I can't fucking find it. Leave it to Chrissy. I played it so easily. It was right there. I think someone's playing pranks with me, honestly. You know?
One of the spirits popped over to see you, or what?
I think so. Because now Christiane can't find it. I know how to find it, though.
I'm laughing because I'm like, you can't find it. The ghost hid it from you.
I think. I'm telling you. Something happened up in here. Okay, give me a second.
Enchanted, you're killing me.
What'd she say?
Now that Broker is blocked, I see one less dick.
I love it. Enchantedness.
Well, here.
Did you find it?
I'll sit here and I'll make extra shady faces for the thumbnail.
There you go. Do it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Okay, I can't talk. I'm getting ready to hang up with our friends. And
are you playing the tune, or did you find it?
I am happy, honey. I'm ending my live and I'm looking for something. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Love you, honey.
My husband is needy.
Well, when he gets home, I'll probably be on the phone with you. So I'm going to be like, hi, honey, welcome home. I'd love to give him crap.
How do you search in this damn... Here we go. Save Robbie. Don't leave us, guys. Here it is. I found it.
Bye, everyone. I'm muting now.
Yeah, everybody's got to mute. Mute, Siren.
It's night again and I am all alone. I feel a presence that is not my own. I'm hearing voices now, but no one is around because I let them down. My life is like a ghost town. I'm here in the dark cause of my own sin. I ain't got nobody, ain't got no friends. And I used to smile, but now I just found my life is like a ghost town. I go door to door, no one lets me in. There was no one home, but there's guilt within. Cause my blessings down, when my pride poured down. My life is like a ghost town. My life is like a ghost town. Like a ghost town. There's no one here. No one around. No one around. No one around. I feel a chill go up and down my spine. I'm so uncomfortable I can't decline. I'm hearing spooky sounds, my fear is counting down. My smile's a perma frown, my life is like a ghost town. I'm here in the dark cause of my own sin. I ain't got nobody, ain't got no friends. And I used to smile, but now I just found my life is like a ghost town. I go door to door, no one lets me in. There was no one home, but there's guilt within. Cause my blessings down, when my pride poured down. My life is like a ghost town. My life is like a ghost town. Like a ghost town. There's no one around, no one around, no one around. heart's racing. I'm feeling so scared, but I've got no friends around.
My heart is racing. My heart
All my
is
friends are gone, where did I go wrong? Now I'm feeling pain all night long.
My heart is racing.
Tiptoe, tiptoe. Now we tiptoe. Tiptoe. I'ma tiptoe to the door. I'ma tiptoe to the door. Tiptoe to the door. Everyone's gone, so turn the lights on. Feeling really shaky, well, let's sing this song. Feeling really shaky, well, let's sing this song. Heart is really achy, been breaking for long. Been breaking, so broken. My heart is breaks. Been breaking, so broken. My heart is breaks. So broken. I'm here in the dark cause of my own sin. I ain't got nobody, ain't got no friends. And I used to smile, but now I just found my life is like a ghost town. I go door to door, no one lets me in. There was no one home, but there's guilt within. Cause my blessings down when my pride poured down. My life is like a ghost town. My life is like a ghost town. Like a ghost town. No one around. No one around. No one around.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night. Everybody head to Melissa Jade. Siren, thank you so much for coming up. We love you. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.